You're correct, this is the wrong stream name. That's my bad. I changed it, but sometimes it gets changed back. Let me change it real quick. Also, I just realized the song is on loop. My bad. That's okay, though. It's a good song, so who cares, but I'll take the loop off. We'll play something else. Give me... I don't know, how about... this one. That's a good one. No, never mind, I didn't even open it. Lol. Oops. I clicked the wrong thing. Still, it's a good song, though. Let's keep this playing. I wanted to play... this. Oh, never mind, I can't open. Okay, that's fine. Apparently those don't work, but that's okay. Try to find the right song. I'll give you this one. Yeah, this is a classic. How loud is it, though? I don't know if it's too loud. It might be too loud. I'll lower it a little bit. Hello, chat. How are we doing? There you go. Sorry, when we don't stream as much, forget how to stream. Here. Adjust the camera a little bit. How are we doing today, chat? How are we today? So I had said that I'd only stream on Twitch, but people seemed like they wanted me to keep streaming on YouTube. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. But if there's just like, I don't know, we'll see how it goes today. We'll see how it goes for today in terms of like the YouTube viewers, if it's like, want to keep doing it or not. Daily Duolingo Valyrian lesson? Okay, sure. We can go do High Valyrian real quick. But yeah, in terms of what we're planning for the stream today, we're doing Brazil. Because people often ask for Brazil and I never do it. I don't know why I never do it, I just don't. I figure we might as well give the people what they want, right? Because we're probably not going to stream... we're probably not going to play or stream Victoria 3 for a while in the near future. Purely because CK3 DLC is coming. And that's big. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But I doubt we're going to see a lot of Victoria 3 stuff in the near future. The boy. Which one of these is boys? It's pretty obvious. That they are girls, per se? Yeah. Women. Am I right, guys? Oops. Press that one. They are boys. Valar Morghulis? Right? Oh yeah. Ixi, is that we? Is that what that is? Yeah, okay. We are women. Ooh, what's that? You plural. You guy. You all are men. Is that a girl? What is that? Happy. Okay. They are happy. Easy clap. You all are... is that girls? Yeah. Base? Dude, I'm killing it. You are all happy knights. So... what is a knight? I don't know what that is. Azantisi. So it should be Kirini, Azantisi. This is just Iksat? Just that? Let's go, dude. Easy clap. We are men. True. I think men was, yeah, Bali. What was plural for is? Ixi. Okay, I should have known. The one that had the right root. You all are knights. Azantisi. Easy clap, dude. Not even a challenge. High Valyrian, more like low Valyrian. Portuguese Duolingo lessons. If it gets redeemed in the Twitch chat, then we can do that, yes. But, you know, we'll see. If people want to redeem it, they can. It's been hot in my streaming room, unfortunately. So that's okay. It'll probably cool down in a bit, right? Maybe lower the sound a little bit more. The music is just like a little bit too loud for me. There you go. Okay. On Twitch, VODs do get saved every time. It's just that they get deleted eventually, is the thing. Whereas on YouTube, they're kind of there forever. But who watches VODs, right? Like, who does that? But anyway, new game. Let's play as Brazil. The plan, more or less, is to just experience Brazil, because quite frankly, I haven't actually played them before. So I know they have a lot of journal entries. I don't really know what, like, any of them. But, yeah. All cons of the step achievements as Temujin in one lifetime? Yes, you can do all of them. I've already done it once. I have recorded it even with live commentary as well. So it is definitely doable, but I can't talk about it more because I don't want to get wrecked for spoiling too much. But yes, you can do it. That's my teaser that I'm allowed to give away until the 27th. On the 27th, I will reveal all. But until then, I gotta keep things under wraps. So, this is Brazil. And from what I understand, we start off with some journal entries. That's from what I understand. Got a lot of stuff here. So, unfortunately, I might end up playing pretty slowly because I haven't played Brazil before, so I don't know what to do with all this stuff. I know this is just the wars, so we'll deal with those in a minute. The magnanimous monarch. Okay. Borrow the soundtrack now. I don't actually know what it sounds like. Never played Brazil. That's right. I've not played Brazil in this game. I've only played like, actually I haven't played like anyone in South America really. I don't think I've played anyone here. Anyone from Rio? Alguém do Rio? Anyone here from Rio de Janeiro? Any Brazilians in chat? Donde están mis brasileiros? That's Spanish, but you know, whatever. We'll take it. Getting out of legal guardianship. Looked everything I thought you would. Thank you. I take that as a compliment. Drill the second for the W. Okay, well, either way, we're planning to keep slavery is the current plan. So we're gonna stay on slave trade, and I believe I saw that in the matter of slavery, if you fail it, you can get 50% more slave imports. So we can go for that. If you want to fail this, we have to reach 0 on the bar. How do we do that? Keep landowners powerful. Okay. Sure. We can make that happen. They're already powerful. They don't have a flavor though. Okay, well I guess it's kind of just random. Paraguay's very interesting. Yeah, I know you can do a lot of crazy stuff with Paraguay, but oh well. Regardless, I'm pretty sure these wars are going to be easy. We're going to upgrade these guys to line infantry, and then we're going to just let them attack us until we're able to attack back. In terms of tech, from what I remember of looking at Brazil, whenever I've used them as a subject, they have like no infrastructure. So we're gonna want railways right away, I think. Yeah, we already have infrastructure problems. Let's maybe try to fix that if we can. I think was that where all of it was? About right? There you go. Okay, that should help a little bit. Let's swap over to iron construction because it's just really good. And I think there's iron here, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll build some here, but there's like no infrastructure. Wow. Okay. But I guess in terms of the plan for our build, I think we're going to build a lot of coffee, right? That's kind of one of the ideas. Just export coffee everywhere. I've been doing a lot of trading in recent playthroughs, but I honestly, like, because trading is so not good in this game, it feels like it's really bad to do, but also it's fun sometimes to LARP as a trader. But it's okay. Am I doing the Turkish Norse GIGACHAD video for CK3 with Cons of the Steppes? I am actually doing something like that. You'll see. Lose legitimacy, damn. That sucks. Oh, new government, I guess. Does let us put in the Exalted Liberal Party, which has some good stuff in it. What can we get? Colonial affairs? Eh. School? Hospitals, you. Imagine that. State religion's funny. Could just go right for landed voting to help keep the landowners strong, but I don't think we need to do that. Recommend going presidency if you want to keep slavery. We'll see what I do. I'm just going to play it by ear. It's only a 4-hour stream, so honestly, I don't think too much is even going to happen. I'm not trying to say that nothing's going to happen this playthrough, but I'm not playing super long. I'm just going to drop dedicated police, because it just makes everyone happy. So let's do that, except for the landowners, but that's okay. Let's see, are they attacking me yet? They are. They're getting killed, of course. Then we'll just counterattack in a second. Looks like this one probably can attack. Oh, the Peru-Bolivian stuff. You know, let's try to end the Confederation. Sure, why not? Maybe we can go and attack Bolivia. Pretty sure this will be easy. Why is slavery bad in normal playthroughs as a nation? Because slaves can't do jobs beyond labor. So in the early game, slaves are nice because they're basically extremely low-wage workers, so you can keep profits high. It's good for your investment pool. But later on in the game, slaves don't consume very much, so they don't really add to your consumer economy. They drag standard of living down on average in the state, so they make all the wages lower, and they can't work better production methods. So for example, like in this coffee thing, most of the work here is laborers. It's 4,000 laborers and 1,000 farmers. But if I get automatic irrigation, we take off 1,000 laborers and add 500 machinists and 500 farmers. That's a big reason why it's bad. The other reason, as Connor mentioned, is no multiculturalism, which is of course really bad because multiculturalism is great. What's this? So we can be nice or we can be mean. I guess we can just be mean. I don't really want to pay the money. Oh, sure, let's be mean. Looks like we can win up here now. Gives an unironic answer. Was it an ironic question? I don't know. Sometimes people don't actually know why slavery is bad in the game, right? In terms of the game mechanics. Obviously, in real life, it's quite easy to point to the moral reasons, but in the game, there's not always a moral imperative. Frontier colonization? I don't really want that. I guess we could colonize the Guaranis, but are there claims here? There aren't, so actually we could, but it's okay. Any advice getting Afro-American migrants is Liberia? Well, you want to increase your country's size so you're not getting negatives to your mass migration attraction. And then once you do that, it shouldn't be too hard if you just have migration decrees on. If you're in the American market, which I believe you are as Liberia, it's much easier. But the big problem is, like, just that your SOL is not going to be that good because you don't have very many... Well, actually, you do have good resources, never mind. In that case, just build up your iron and lumber and stuff and get really high migration attraction. What's favorite nation? Probably the United States. Although I can't say that because of the trade war, but the United States is pretty fun to play in this game. Are those states immediately incorporated? One of them isn't. Okay. So we finished the Ragamuffin War, which is cool. I wasn't expecting it to be difficult, and it certainly wasn't. But now the question is, what do we build in the early game? I mean, I guess we just make lumber. Wherever we have infrastructure, we can do that. We do not have much infrastructure in most places, though. Wow. Infrastructure is hard to come by. Okay. We're really gonna need, we're really gonna need railroads soon. And unfortunately, our research speed isn't that good, so it might take a bit. In the meantime, we can maybe attack Bolivia. Like, how strong are they? 12 battalions? Do my, what, 29? We can do this, right? Turn the music up a bit now. These are quiet songs. Languages of the map in? This is Hindi on the map here. It's one of the things you get with Pivot of Empire. Russia might support them. That'd be kind of funny. Is there a way that I can declare this war such that Russia doesn't get involved? No, they have interests here in general. Okay. Well, we could just make friends with them first, I guess. We probably should be doing that, in fact, just making some friends. I think we're going to play pretty chill Brazil. I'm mostly going to focus on just seeing how the journal entries go more than anything. I don't really want to, like, go too try-hard here. You puppet Argentina early? I could, I guess. I mean, is anyone going to defend them? Put an interest there first. I don't have any of my interest down. Do we want to be really try-hard and go for, like, South Africa? I think no. We're going to keep our interests to the Americas. Let's see. Could we get away with the puppet play? Looks like it, yeah. Bolivia might join. In fact, maybe it's a good way to isolate Bolivia from Russia, so this is probably a good play. I said we play chill, and here I am immediately going to war, but fine. The nice thing about puppeting Argentina, I believe, is that they have claims on this stuff, so they can actually colonize it for me. Nice. We try to do ultra-nationalist Brazil? I don't know, I mean, maybe... I don't know if we were going to play long enough to reach a point like that. So it'll depend entirely on how long we end up playing. I'm playing Brazil because people have often requested it, and I don't really want to do a dedicated video on it because I don't have a lot of time until the CK3 DLC. So we're doing a stream of it, so I can at least get something of an idea of what it looks like. Yeah, I think that we can win, but maybe we... Are they trying to attack? They're on the defensive. Okay, well, let's put a few more troops there. Or I guess we could do a naval invasion. We can do a troll naval invasion. That sounds good to me. Hi, Kaz. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. There we go. Well, that was an easy landing. Oh, that was their capital. I didn't even realize that was their capital. Okay, cool. Looks like I'm wearing a scarf. Yeah, I really need to shave, but I just haven't. Rare Tarkish stream, I know, right? I'm trying to get more consistent. I put a schedule up on my Discord to try and convince myself to be more consistent. Thanks for the videos. You're welcome. No problem. I love the option. So this is part of the events to unite the Brazilian culture. And I love that, like, this is good to do. Like, you want to do this. But you can also just fucking kill the guy. It's like, yeah, he's a national hero, but also we could just kill him. Like, bro. There we go. Integrated. Yeah, I'm doing the streamer thing where I got inspired from Corbet's Discord, of all places. I don't really talk there much, but I do occasionally pop in there. He posts the schedule for when he's going to stream at the beginning of every week. And I'm like, oh, that's actually a pretty good idea. It's like, it's more flexible than having a dedicated weekly schedule that you always adhere to every week. But it also is still a schedule, so it gives you more reason to adhere to it. There you go. There's Argentina, by the way. Nice and easy. You conquer Uruguay. Sounds pretty good. Wait, I'm trying not to be aggressive, though. I'm trying to be non-aggressive, right? That was what I was going for. You already got all the achievements and cons of the step. Will you stream? I'll probably stream myself getting them all again, to be honest with you. That sounds like a really good stream. Imagine the title just like getting all achievements in cons of the step. I mean, there weren't that many. There's only 10 of them. But I saw, conveniently, that of all the 10, only one of them requires you to play a particular character, and that's the one to conquer the world as Genghis Khan. And if you play as Genghis Khan, every other achievement is in fact possible to do. So I was like, oh, cool. We can just do that. So that is probably what I'll do when I stream it on the 27th. Although it depends if I'm in the Parabellum finals or not, because guys, remember, I'm in Parabellum on the 25th. A tournament which is normally for EU4, but they're doing a CK3 version for this week. So I'm going to be doing a CK3 for that. If I advance that in the tournament, then I'm going to be playing on the same day that the DLC embargo stream is up for me. So I'll probably do Parabellum, assuming I make it to the finals, which I'm pretty sure I will. And then I'll do the CK3, like, early access stuff. Is there a cash prize? I don't think so. I think it's all just bragging rights. I don't believe there's any prize whatsoever. But hey, we should talk to Lath about it. Make a prize. Probably improve relations with you, but I'm too busy not having rivals. I guess we can rival someone like, I don't know, Spain. That sounds like a good rival. The Genghis Khan will hunt me for a long time? You'd be surprised how easy it is to conquer the world. You'd be surprised. I guess we stay on agrarianism because we're doing a lot of coffee, right? Just for the memes, even though agrarianism isn't that good. The rest of these laws I am quite comfortable with. We do maybe want schools, maybe religious schools. That sounds good. The prize is you'll be allowed to call Lathe the SS. Well, I already call him that all the time, but that joke comes from the fact that Lathe was once known as the social streamers back when there were multiple of him. He used to have clones of himself, which he called Tom and Will, I think was the other one. So, you know, he used to have clones, and then he got rid of them. So now he's just Lathe, but he used to be the SS. Back in the good old days. What's the best way to raise literacy? Get schools. It's a simple answer, but if you can't get schooling, then you want to promote social mobility in your highest population places. Which, by the way, I might as well do. I think Rio de Janeiro has a high population. Actually less than these places. Interesting. The population for Brazil is so funny, because it's all in like one spot, basically. Also, well, Game Frozen. Hello? Wow, that was a little bit of a freeze. Very cool. Let's see, support from the universities. I mean, sure. I don't think I even have any, so it's good. Wow, the interest groups are really favored towards the moderate party. That's something. Did the stream crash? Jeez. Hope it didn't crash. But no, okay, we're good. Looks okay to me. .04. That's not too bad. We should be able to fix the Liberty Desire pretty easily. I'd also like to maybe get control of Chile, because they also have claims. But Russia would definitely help them. Why is Russia so protective down here? Very slow and stuttering. Yeah, that was my computer probably froze up. I need a new computer, chat. Can someone send me a bunch of money so I can get a new computer? I'm joking. But yeah. Is the game okay with no DLCs? I'd say it's fine with no DLCs, but you're missing out on quite a bit. Like, with the DLCs, you get more stuff to do, but it's not really that big of a deal. Like, you can play it without DLCs compared to, say, CK3 or EU4, but you will be missing out on some stuff, yeah. New election, by the way. I guess we just keep the Conservative Party in power. This is a very powerful landowner party, that's insane. A bit ridiculous. Looks like we're about to complete this, by the way, this matter of slavery issue. We're going to increase our slave imports pretty massively when we get this. Everyone's going to be more aggressive towards me, but I think I can handle it, right? Surely we'll be okay. The AI is too passive in this game to screw me over, right? Right, chat? Any interest in modded Vic3 narrative videos? Probably not in the near future, but maybe in the long-term future. The near future is going to be all CK3 because the DLC is coming. But in the far future, I could consider it. Almost done this. Go. Integrate the Amazonics. Sure. What is this? What's up, Lackey? Busy week for me? Yes, very, very busy week for me. We plan to stop Peru Bolivia? I mean, I guess we can do it. Portugal didn't stay as monarchy. Austria, yeah, I went theocracy because it was better for the LARP. I guess we could stop these guys, but I'm just worried about Russia, because apparently they're like best buddies forever. They guaranteed their independence. Wow, okay. Cringe. I don't really want to fight Russia. I think I would lose if I were to do that, so I think we're good. We do have some Fury OST playing. Is it too loud though? It's a little bit loud, but I think it's actually not too bad. That should be okay. That should be an appropriate volume, hopefully. Well, I feel like I'm really just waiting for railways. I feel like I can't really build anything until I get railways. I'm gonna screw myself in infrastructure. A coup. Interesting idea. Why not? Let's do it. And we get the slave imports 50%. So this causes the relations to go down with all the great powers, and everyone get a bunch of radicals and stuff, but also some loyalists. This seems like really bad, to be honest. Minus prestige and influence permanently. That's terrible, but it is what it is. Turn it down. Okay, sure. Yeah, I got you. I got you. It is lovely. There you go. It was a little bit loud. You were right. It was. But there you go. Should be good now. Cool. Okay. There's banking, I guess. Yeah, I feel like I'm not doing anything, but it's because I'm waiting for infrastructure. I just need infrastructure. We have some here, it looks like, in Sao Paulo. So we can build some stuff here. The question is what? Also, my cat's looking at me. My cat. Could do cotton. Emulate the American way. And then maybe do some clothes with it. Sure, that sounds okay. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll build up a little bit of cotton, a little bit of clothes. Do we have any cool modifiers here? I think we have a coffee modifier, right? Yeah. Coffee and sugar modifiers here. This place has a lot of infrastructure. We could do coffee here. There's like no people here though. 58,000, well, there's nobody here. But I guess if we build more buildings, they might get migrants, right? So maybe we just do that. Early coronation. Okay. Pedro's no longer a child, I guess. Interesting. He gets to lose the child trait, but he's only 14. They just revoked his childhood status. Very cool. Okay. Dude, I gotta go through sometime through my music playlist, and I gotta like balance some of the audio on it. Cause sometimes some songs are like super duper like low, but other times it's really like high. Some songs are just really varied in volume. EU4 soundtrack gotta get louder, man. There you go. But slavery is bad? Slavery is bad, but it's a good meme. Because we need bureaucracy now. Dude, why is Brazil, like, so terrible? I'm sorry to the Brazilian viewers, but there's just no infrastructure anywhere. Anywhere with any pops, anyway. Like, where there's infrastructure, there's no one living there, so there's no point. Oh well. Well, the slave economy, what you'd probably focus on is exports, is what you would do, in theory. But it just depends, like, because obviously the slaves don't buy a lot of stuff, so you can't do much of a consumer economy with them. But you can make really cheap plantation goods that you can export for high profit. So you become like a mercantilist economy. Brazilian and I agree with you. Based. Literally a jungle. I mean, yeah, it checks out, but also like, dude, what? Do we get like a little more infrastructure? Maybe some more infrastructure, I guess. Literally spending all of my authority in infrastructure. Yeah, but infrastructure's helping a lot. I mean, look, I have infrastructure like decrees everywhere that I can, everywhere that's good anyway. And then I'm working getting to railways. It won't take that long to get, but it'll take a bit because we don't really have a lot of universities. Does anyone put up construction like a little bit? Can I get like a little bit of construction? There's some people here. Can do that. There's no one in Rio. Wow, okay. Unfortunate. You know, I always found it weird referring to Rio de Janeiro as Rio, because Rio just means river. So it's just like the river, I guess. Checks out. But you know, that's what it's called, I guess. People call it Rio. Does increasing minimum wage affect slaves? I don't think so, no. You can pass work protections with slavery, which is a really funny meme. But I don't think it increases their wages, because they don't make wages. If you look at a slave, hard to do nowadays, I know. You can see that they don't make any money. What happens with them is they don't actually have an income. Their goods expenditures are instead passed on to their owners. So they're gonna still buy, things. They have like a purchasing basket or whatever it's called. They have needs, but they're purchased for them by the people that own them. I don't know how to look at who owns this particular pop, but basically this cost is going to be incorporated into the cost of whatever building they work at. So if you look, they work in a subsistence farm. Part of the slave upkeep here, this is the cost. So this stuff is being purchased for them by the owners. That's how it's represented. So worker protections wouldn't affect them in any way, but they do still consume goods. Just helping the Argentinians right now take down the Mapuche. Very cool Civ in Civ 6, by the way, the Mapuche. I don't remember what their ability is, I just think that the leader's cool because he doesn't wear a shirt. He's in Civ 6, right? There's a Mapuche civilization in that game? Could have sworn there was. Now I feel like I'm making it up. Could be hallucinating like an AI. Is industry banned good / ideal with slaves? I feel like industry banned is never good, except maybe like in weird situations where you're doing no like heavy industry. Because the problem with going industry banned is now you can't ever use steel, and without steel you can't do a lot of stuff. But yeah, maybe. When will I corruption max in Vicky? I mean, we're kind of doing that right now, in a way. Like, we're just like huge slavery is kind of like highly corrupt, right? I don't know. In theory, in this era of Brazilian history, isn't slavery technically meant to be banned legally? But it's just that everyone's breaking the law. It's kind of like slavery in Spain in this era, where like slavery was technically outlawed like literally centuries ago, but everyone still did it anyway. They just did it in Cuba. That's what I remember reading about when it comes to Spanish slavery. Like, it was just like, you know, you call it outlawed and then everyone just doesn't listen to the law, and then you call that outlawing it. Do we have the Age of Caudillos? We don't, okay. That's cool. Do we have population in Pernambuco? We do, but are they all employed? Oh, we have quite a few peasants here, okay. Let's maybe get some employment going here. I think we want to prepare for getting motors, so maybe we actually just drop, like, steel right up here. Unfortunately, there's no coal or iron there. So it's not really a good place to build steel. Where is there even coal in this country? It's down here, okay. In Santa Catarina. Coal there. And then we can drop a motor here once we get the tech for it. Oh, Libya? They're being occupied by Egypt, it looks like. Also, huge Greek uprising. I wonder if they'll actually be able to break free. This would be crazy for the Greeks if this actually succeeds. This is an insane uprising. Like, this is Magali idea to the max, except for Constantinople, I guess. But uprisings almost never succeed. Curious to see if they actually go anywhere. Looks like they have the help of... They have Austria on their side, so that's good for them. And Persia. Weird. Help them? I can't do anything. The war already started. There's no such thing as intervention in Victoria 3. I guess I could... Like, I could fund them, but actually I can't. I really don't even have centralized banking or whatever, so... Unfortunately, it looks like that's probably their capital, so yeah, they're done. They're gonna get capitulated. Interesting how even with Austria's help, the Greeks can't win. Damn. Intervention was a thing in Vic 2, though, not in Vic 3. Didn't play Vic 2, so I couldn't tell you, but not Vic 3. What tax level do you go with it first? I don't know about the meta, but I'm just staying on level 1. We probably could increase taxes, but I'm playing a pretty casual Brazil right now. I'm just kind of experiencing the journal entries. So, you know, not too worried. We're starting our cotton plantations in the south now. Things you can say about Brazil and about America. We're starting our cotton plantations in the south. Pretty good throughput. This is mostly because of the cotton gin, though, right? Yeah. Cotton always has good throughput because of the cotton gin. It's nice. We probably want to please the rural folks so they can... Oh, they don't actually have the infrastructure one. They have migration attraction. Okay, never mind then. I was going to say we want to make them happy so that they get us more infrastructure, but that's not an IG trait they have. Oh, the industrialists have it instead. The goods must flow. Well, it's already on. What does he mean by this? Dude, true. Look, I don't choose where the playlist goes. It goes where it wants. Also, Constantinople has been occupied. The Greeks are rising up. But, like... Oh, they can't revoke the claims unless they occupy all their stuff. Dude, it's so stupid that the Greeks can hold Constantinople and then they still can't be winning because the Ottomans have, like, one piece of them. one or two pieces, rather, so now the Greeks just can't win. Pretty sure the Greeks just lose, so... Although, maybe not. Maybe they'll just stalemate forever. This could be an infinite stalemate. But once Austria leaves the war, then it's over for them. If Austria does leave. They might not for a while. Saved by lobbies supporting the war. A trickle of beans. Oh, okay. What's this? Trade route competitiveness and plantations, or just plantation throughput. I guess we just take the plantation throughput, because trade is ass. Now we have the River of Coffee. I know of this journal entry. This is a journal entry which I famously maligned when this DLC came out, because I believe it's, like, totally pointless. Like... I don't remember what you get when you finish this, but I believe it's like 105 levels of plantation is a lot. But depending on what this event is going to determine, I guess, how like useful this event is. But yeah, hopefully the trade update makes trade better, because right now trade is just so useless. Even though it's fun to do, it is fun, but it's like it's nice to roleplay, but it's not actually very useful. Get more infrastructure now. Let's put some maybe in... I don't know. Where is their population? I always have to check because I don't know off the top of my head. Looks like there's some in Sao Paulo, so put some there. Plus landowner political strength. That's hilarious if that's all it does. If that's what it does, that's really funny. I remember hating on this event when the DLC came out, but I can't remember why I hated on it because it was so long ago. But if it's that the event only gives... if it's that the event only gives you landowner... like power, then that's really funny. That would be probably why I hated on it back then. Look at all the slavers, oh my goodness. Here comes our first bit of textiles. We definitely have dyes in the market, so we'll get some of those. Are we importing any slaves? Not here. We are here. Okay, good. Not anymore, though. Oh, now we are again. It's going back and forth. They can't decide. We probably should export our coffee. The question is to where. I mean, I guess like whoever will take it, right? We'll just develop some demand for coffee by giving them some. It's like a free sample to get them addicted, you know? Sounds good. Almost time for railways. A couple more weeks for the engines, then the railways after. We could use ports for infrastructure just to start, but population is really low. It's kind of insane how low the population is. You know what we maybe want to do? Maybe it's actually more important, rather than having the infrastructure, we may actually value more getting our immigration going. So how about we do that? Where is the best resources? Okay, but is there any like iron plus coal state around here? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it, no. In that case, I guess we can just focus on Rio, but there's literally nothing here except for rubber. Piranha looks okay, because at least has a lot of lumber. That's at least something. At least something, right? We can start getting immigration maybe in this whole area, like this sort of... this coast. That. Good to me. Get to Colombia for some opium. Yeah, they have opium in Cundinamarca, but... I don't know, if you want to do opium, where we go is Sind. If you're looking for opium, you go right here. Because if you go here, you get the bonus to throughput from the river, and you get a really large amount of opium, and you have the population to work it. That's where we go if you want to get that. Oh, stock exchange. I didn't realize we didn't have that. If I realized that we didn't have stock exchange, I would have actually probably gone for that way earlier, because Mappy is crazy. Oh, did you guys hear about the remaster of Oblivion that came out like literally today, by the way? You guys hear about that? Are you, anyone here gonna play it? Thinking I might play it, but also like it's expensive, so I don't know if I will. There's the motors. Okay, now we're actually getting the spread on railway. That's good. The steel I built is here. Maybe put some motors here too. Laptop not be able to run it. I already play a video game? Dude, true. No time for Oblivion. All we do is EU4. You have it downloaded but need to do an assignment, bro. Just skip school. I'm joking, don't do that. Stay in school, kids. Or don't. It's up to you, I guess. You want to import iron? Do I really want to import iron? Like, no, I don't. I want to import iron. I don't have any coal in the marquee yet, but once we do, we'll go to atmospheric engine pumps. Stay in school, get Miltech 4. Dude, true. Defeat your bullies with Miltech 4. Use advanced tactics to defeat your bullies with impunity. Oh damn, look at this. Look at this. Oh, Greece actually did manage to win. Look at that. That's insane. That's a crazy Greece. And they're part of the Russian Empire too. So they'll probably get vassalized, but huge Greece and huge Egypt. Crazy. That's a huge blow to the Ottomans, because they have a lot of opium here that now they don't have access to. A lot of population here too. In fact, isn't it mostly Turkish? Yeah, dude, imagine like only, well, here it makes a little more sense, about a third of the population, but here only 10% of the population is Greek, and they just separated to the Ottoman, or to the Greeks. Same here, only 12% population is Greek, and they just separated. Like, damn. Greece 6% Greek, and they separate. What are the like? I feel like there should be a minimum threshold of pops in terms of as a percentage of the state in order to separate. Let's be real here. Would this state really separate to Greece when it's 6% Greek? Yeah, that's weird. It is nice to see Big Greece, though. A rare tag. Also Prussian radicals. Although civil wars, it's unlikely to work out for them. But seen the Ottoman economy? Dude, true. Anything to escape the Ottomans, the Bulgarians, and even the Turks themselves are like, and the Albanians. They're just like, yeah, we'd rather be in Greece, despite the distant culture. Check on the River Continent, but it doesn't appear to be on the wiki. It must be on the wiki somewhere. I mean, come on. Yeah, the Ottomans lost like everything. They're doing terribly this run. Although there's still... What were the Egyptians doing? Did they just like not ask for independence? They were like, we want Libya, but we don't want to go free. To be fair, that is a based play, because you can stay in the Ottoman market this way. It's just kind of funny. Byzantium will be formed by the AI. They're gonna have to take Constantinople for that, which maybe they can do, but... Could you imagine if, oh, well, I was about to talk about Greece, but then I saw this. It's a reactionary revolt, though, so it's not really gonna do anything. What do they even want? Oh, okay, they went cultural exclusion, so the reactionaries aren't happy. Reactionaries are like the most lame rebellion type, because all they do is they just want to change your citizenship law. They don't really do anything else. So you don't get any like crazy upheaval of the country. It's like just like, oh, okay, we're upset. The best part is it looks like Britain's definitely gonna lose, but like because they have all their puppets to help them, Britain probably wins this. How many Greeks Constantinople? 17%. But this wasn't separate because it's the capital. Your capital can't separate like that, so that's why it stayed with the Ottomans despite the high Greek population. Check out these highly profitable clothes, by the way. These should get more profitable as more people buy the clothes. Might even help other as well, maybe. And if it's missing from the wiki, it's missing from the wiki. To be fair to the wiki guys, like, sometimes they just don't really care. Because, like, I remember I watched a Patrician TV video once where he talked about how one of the best ways to measure, like, how active a fan base is to check how updated the wiki is. If people care to update the wiki, then that means they care about the game. Whether the player count is high or low or whatever, if the wiki's being updated, there must be people that care, right? And Victoria 3 does not have much of a wiki, which tells you a lot. So if you play GB and put your capital Paris when they're going to leave, you can't put your capital in Paris because it is not a homeland state of one of your primary cultures. You can only move your capital as Britain to any English homeland or Scottish homeland. So you could put it up in the Highlands and then the Scots can't separate, but... People care about Vic 3? They do. People do care about Vic 3, but not a lot of them. Just a few of them. Like, I care about Victoria 3, but... Did you guys look at the most recent dev diary, by the way? I kind of wanted to show something. I wanted to show something funny I saw on the most recent dev diary in the comments. Maybe I'll open that up. See if I can find it. There was a funny, like, thing that to me does not bode well for the future type thing. Ethnicity spanning all of Europe? Dude, that'd be kind of based, though. The military one, yeah. Hold on, let me scroll through the comments to find what I'm talking about. There was, a contradiction that I saw that was funny to me. I gotta scroll through the comments to find it. I'm playing the game, guys, so I'm totally not alt-tabbed. I'm not playing the game right now. It's a pact with France sounds pretty good, actually. Hey, what's up, Nukov? Managed to join the stream, let's go. It's unlikely for him to accept. Okay, well. Crew Bolivia is about to confederate, but I don't really care. Let him cook. Just scrolling through their diary comments. A moment. Am I a fan of Ghost? What do you mean by Ghost? Like, I don't know what that refers to. How does one slave max? Well, basically, we failed the slavery journal entry that Brazil has, which gives us this renewed African cycle, which gives us 50% more slave imports. Based off of that entirely, I'm like, maybe we do a slavery playthrough. I don't know. And we're just trying to import slaves, but the thing is, we can't really control where, like, how many slaves get imported, so we just kind of depend on the population to bring them in. I've never heard of a band called Ghost, but I'm sure that they're based, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I think I found what I'm looking for. I gotta like make sure that I don't want to look stupid by accident. We go monarchy or republic? I'm not sure yet. I haven't played Brazil before, so I don't even know like how it works. It's my first time playing Brazil. Okay. There's this comment from Wiz. I'm gonna take a snip of it. That way it's easiest to look at. That showed my chat. Hold on, 1 second. I'm still playing the game technically. Triumph of the Confederation. Wow, that actually makes my population more... I didn't realize that was gonna make my pops more radical. Also, we got railways. I didn't even notice. That means that now we can actually like start playing the game because we have railways. Let's get our engines going right away. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Sorry for my disorganization, just that the game is slow. You know, the game, not much happens in this game, so sometimes you gotta find other things to do. So we grab this snip real quick, and then I gotta find the other comment, unless maybe it was deleted. Possible. Basically, I found, like, developer comments on the Vic3 dev diary that were directly contradictory to each other, and it was really funny. And I was like, I gotta take notes of that, dude. Maybe they saw that there was a direct contradiction and chose to get rid of one of them. But yeah, I'll take a look if I can find it still. Isn't there a setting to only look at dev comments on the dev diaries? I gotta quickly put that on. I always forget that that's a thing. Maybe not. Maybe there's no setting for that, and I'm just dumb. If I can't find the second comment, I do already have a picture of it. It's just I don't want people to think it's Photoshop, so I wanted to find it in the dev diary. But yeah, I do already have a picture of it. Some more events. Petition government, landed voting. Sure, let's do that. Let's go landed voting for the memes. Just pinged it to you, thank you. Appreciate that. I think that it's not on the dev diary anymore. I can't find it. I found one comment, but I can't find the other one, and they were both within a couple seconds of each other, so it should have been able to find both easily. Thanks for the ping though, Lemon. I appreciate that. Yeah. So here, I'll pull it up. Hold on. Let me. I guess I had to show my Discord. I guess that works. I'm so bad at streaming, guys. I'm so bad at streaming. What happened? What's going on? I only have one monitor, guys. I only have one monitor. It makes looking at all this difficult. There's this comment. Yeah, so there's that comment and there's this comment. Okay. Oh no, okay, I could find it. Okay, hold on. I went past it. I'm so dumb. I went past it. I'm an idiot. Guys, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. It's okay. Because I just didn't recognize it when I saw it, because I'm literally stupid. I'm hyping this up, and it's going to be the most unhyped thing ever, but trust me, it's totally worth it. Like it was on page 3. god. I'll see everyone say hi to Lemon Cake. He's a based GIGACHAD. Okay, there we go. There it is. Okay. To save this, I'm gonna display them as pictures on my stream. It's easiest to do it that way. This is Wiz comment. Then we'll get Hannibal's comment. I gotta move my stuff's happening in the game. I just don't care. Shit. Save this. Okay. I'm a terrible streamer. What's happening in the game? I should look at the game, shouldn't I? Nothing's happening. Okay, good. Nothing to worry about. Let me add sources. Image. New source. Call this Wiz comment. I'm so sorry. This is taking forever to do. Okay, so this is one comment from the dev diary. Feel free to read this, okay? This is one comment. Okay. Says blockades will absolutely be able to affect supply lines. We are also looking into increasing the overall supply use of armies deployed overseas based on sea no distance, made harder to logistically support huge moments far away. The key takeaway is blockades will be able to affect supply lines. That's one like direct statement from Wiz, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. That sounds good to me, right? That sounds based or whatever. Yeah, I gotta put another image source. This is another comment from another developer. Source. Bear with me. This is another comment from another developer. Okay, and it says, okay, you need the goods in your market to have secure shipping to get them to your troops, but there's nothing along the lines of sinking an enemy ship and they will feel this particular shipment go missing in 4 weeks when it should arrive. Blockades are a feature primarily related to the world market. We'll talk about it in the dev diary. Two different developers saying directly contradictory thing. In my opinion, directly contradictory. And what I mean by that is that blockades simultaneously are like, yeah, you'll be able to affect supply lines. Absolutely, according to Wiz. And then Hannibal, just 3 minutes before, Hannibal had just said that actually blockades are not really a thing, and you won't be sinking enemy ships. It's more a thing for the market. Okay, bro, which one is it? All right, it's not that, like, look, contradictions happen, and that's okay. I'm not saying that's like a terrible thing, but I was thinking, like, dude, is there like a civil war among the developers happening in Victoria 3? I saw these two comments, and I couldn't help but note them in my head. I was like, this is an interesting thing to think about. I'll move those away in a second, by the way. I'm just doing some events real quick. But I couldn't help but see these and immediately be like, That's what my brain did. It was like, That's what my mind did. But yeah, I don't know how to, like, I don't know if it's truly a contradiction. It feels like it is, because Hannibal directly says that there's nothing along the lines of sinking enemy ships and they feel their particular ship would go missing, which implies to me that you can't use the blockade to affect supply lines. But then Wiz directly says that actually you can. Which one is a Paradox Dev and which one is Paradox Dev Reactionary Revolt? That's a good meme. Mods, make that guy a mod. That's a good meme. That's good. Second one says secure shipping lanes. I think they aren't contradictory. I don't know. It's probably not directly contradictory, but it's like, I don't know. I read those and I was like, this feels weird, but regardless, we'll move on from it. To me, it felt a little bit like, it felt a little bit contradictory. You're the mod, Tarkus? No, I have mods, guys, trust me. So what's this? Chile's doing stuff? Okay. Also, I think we'd finished... Are we actually making engines yet? No, we're still making steel, then engines. But yeah, regardless, like, I saw that and it made me laugh a little bit. It made me feel like, oh man, what are they talking about? Also, on minor power, I don't know if anyone noticed, but I actually got demoted to minor power, which is pretty funny. We can puppet Argentina. Do that. Hell yeah. Oh, now we don't have prestige, though. Okay, well, I guess we build up a bit of a navy, then. Or I suppose we can increase our military wages. That might be a way to increase prestige as well. There's landed voting. Dude, I love having a righteous government. Isn't it so nice? I'd like public healthcare. We don't have pharmaceuticals, though. I guess we could make more of a navy to get prestige. Sounds reasonable. We just don't have any... Dude, there's no pops, though. There's just some up here. Cool. Who's this guy? A pacifist? We don't care for pacifists, so that does drop my prestige. I do sincerely hope, though, that we can, in fact, like, blockade people to mess with their army. Because what Wiz said about, like, you can blockade people to block supply, like, that sounds pretty good. But if what Hannibal said is true, then it's like, well, I guess we just... blockades are only for the world market. It's like, alright. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. I do think we have to maybe do, yeah, atmospheric engines here. Although it looks like our current coal mines aren't even making that much coal. Oh, okay, they're just not employing this then. Should help a bit. But yeah, Chad, I'm gonna be honest with you here. We're playing Vic 3 today. I don't know. I'm definitely hitting the end of my desire to play Vic 3. I'm glad the CK3 dose is coming out. I made quite a few Victoria 3 videos in recent time, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. But I am definitely, like, I'm not really much interested in playing Vic 3 anymore. I'm done now. I'm ready for CK3 to come back. So yeah, Connor can go steal all the viewers. You guys should, if you're looking for Vic 3 content, by the way, and you don't want to, like, and I'm, like, done making videos for it, definitely check out, like, Generalist, check out Connor. There are a lot of good Victoria 3 content creators that you can go watch. And you should, if you're looking for the context. I'm like, CK3 is going to be all it is for the near future. That's just how it is. Also, I'm going to invade Chile. I can't even protect with them because they're a minor power as well. It's funny. Yeah, true. Genos doesn't even post Vic 3 gameplay anymore. That's true. $30 units in Peru, Bolivia. Damn. Thoughts on Canadian election? Well, you know, I'm trying to move away from being too political in the streams because it just kind of like drains me. But you know, liberals all the way. Am I right? Am I right, guys? I'm joking. Well, no, I'm not joking. I do actually mean that, but I don't really want to talk too much about the politics these days. Maybe later though. Maybe another stream. I voted in the election. Yeah, I didn't do the advanced voting. I have my voting thing. I'm not going to show it to the camera because it has sensitive information on it, but I have it literally in my hands right now. I'm looking at it. So I'm going to vote pretty soon. Yeah, but we'll see what happens in terms of the election in Canada. I do think it's going to be like a liberal sweep though. Alberta left the chat. Oh no. Rip Alberta. I love verbing the noun. Me too. Me too. There's water tube boiler. Love to see that. Maybe we can get more coal now. I'm just gonna subsidize this, I guess, because apparently we have trouble with employment. Maybe because tools are too expensive. New tech. For society, I think we want to get pharmaceuticals, right? Yeah, that's where it's at to get the healthcare. Is it wartime? It can be wartime. The question is against who? Like, we could attack Peru, Bolivia, but they've got that Russian... Oh, they got rid of the defensive pact. Okay, well, in that case, maybe it's a good opportunity to attack them. Venezuela and Uruguay would help them. Might even see, like, a Dutch intervention. Go conquer Baku. Bro, like, no. Why would I... I'm not worried about oil yet, man. I'm not even planning to play long enough for oil to become a factor in the game. Here comes our first set of engines, then we get the railways, then the game actually opens up. Uruguay then add goals on Bolivia? Maybe, but I think that Bolivia probably can match me, to be honest. We're not actually that strong. Because, you know, Bolivia is pretty big. We'd have to build up our army a little bit more. We do have Argentina for support, but their units probably are, like, irregulars and not very good. Oh, they have line infantry. At least some, anyway. Okay, maybe actually we can. Let's just do it. I mean, screw it, right? It's content. If it goes poorly, it goes poorly. I'm more just waiting to make railways. I want to start doing, like, economic building, but we just need the railways. I'm max on cash. I'm being very apprehensive. I'm playing very cautiously when I shouldn't be. But, oh well. Let's get some railways here. This is where our mines are. This is important. Maybe we don't need that much. Like 2 railways, then we can start building a lot of iron mines, and then we can start actually building construction. Like that, that sounds good. Why do you click force diploplay? Because it makes the diploplay start the day that you click it, instead of having to wait until they reject it, which takes a few days. That's why I do it right away. Just give Argentina some land. I'll take some land. And then I can probably conquer, like, yeah, just little pieces. What's here? Anything good here? Nothing? Just some rubber? I guess we can just take La Paz. A bit much on the infamy. I'm giving this to Argentina, I'm taking this directly, I'm taking this. I guess La Paz would be good, because we can just completely destroy Bolivia that way. Could you make China have slave trade policy? Well, the thing is that the only countries that can sell slaves are decentralized nations. So even if China had slave trade, they wouldn't actually give away any slaves. You can only buy slaves as a country. Only decentralized countries can sell them. So basically, the longer the game goes on and the more colonization happens, the less slaves there are available. Fortunately. Which is weirdly backwards, because you'd think that the more colonization there is, the more slaves are available, because you have more access to them. But no, in fact, it is the other way around. Just sit on defense for a bit. Just an idea to have some labor-saving methods? Maybe, but right now we don't have access to a ton of them. We don't have the resources for them. We don't have a lot of coal in the market, so we can't use labor-saving production methods. Like, we could use the water tube boiler, but see how much it spikes the coal price? We don't really want to do that. What we can do is use steel tools to increase our steel price. That's actually a great idea. And we're already going to start running into the issue that our slaves can't work as steel workers, so fortunate. So we want to get more migration. I haven't gotten any mass migrations, unfortunately, but we'll keep working on it. So I'm going to defend here, and we should be able to hold off the Peru-Bolivians, and then we can counterattack once they reduce all their manpower. Could you decentralize China to slave max? It's an idea, but I don't even know how we would go about making China decentralized. There's not really decentralized nations around here. I guess you could do it through Sakhalin, but there's actually no land border between Sakhalin and China, so you couldn't do any, like, weird centralized nation shenanigans to get China to lose their land. But, oh well. Looks like we can attack here now, or we already are. Okay, good. We're just defending up here. Looks like this front is quickly collapsing because the Peruvian manpower has drained completely, and also they have no organization, or rather, no morale. Rather, they have organization. So that's good. We should be fine then. We'll just keep defending over here. Basically, what's happening here, the reason why we're winning so hard down here is most of their armies over here. The AI probably is thinking they'd like to make it to Sao Paulo, or rather Rio de Janeiro, so they can end the war faster. So they put most of their army up here, but I just have an army defending, and in Victoria 3, defense is king. You completely destroy people if you're defending. So you can just defend, and then they will kill themselves here while you get to go over here and win. New national hero, by the way. That's good. Means we can do another guy. Oh, in order to integrate the Nordestinos, we have to ban slavery. So we actually can't unite the Brazilians unless we ban slavery. Or, no, at least one of these. Okay, I see. Never mind. We don't have to. I misread that. Oh, now the borders got all messed up. And yeah, you're right. There is these guys. Okay, there are these guys. So I guess you could try to do it with these dudes. But it would be really weird. I don't know. It would be a lot of work probably to do. Like, I don't know exactly how we even go about it. But... we're almost in La Paz. Is this song too loud? This is a little bit too loud. I'll lower it a little bit. Just a smidge. Alright. Welcome to Uruguay, by the way. Our railways are building up here, which is good, because it means we can finally get iron mines actually going. There you go, there's La Paz. So now they start taking down, beginning the war. It'll take a bit, but they're going to eventually. One more tick. There you go. Great. So that significantly reduces the power that Peru-Bolivia has, and it gives me a nice chunk of GDP, and hopefully population. I don't know how many pops live here, but hopefully at least some do. Yeah, they got, okay, they actually have a pretty significant, yeah, they got 113,000 peasants here. That's great, actually. This is a nice bit of population. They should kind of migrate out into the rest of the country where I prefer them to be. Although La Paz is, I mean, it has gold, but that's about it. I was hoping it would be a coal and iron state, because we can maybe use it for that. There's just like no good states here, man. Dude, what is up with South America and just being garbage? Isabel de Braganza? Sure. An abolitionist. Oh, ew. Imagine abolishing slavery. Who would do that? We're getting some migration, but not nearly enough. I really would like a lot more than this. We have managed to import like 50,000 slaves here, by the way. 66% of Parana is slaves. How's our total population in terms of slaves? The largest cohort of people. 2.3 million slaves here, wow. Cool. Do we just casually unite South America for the memes? As we can? Is that a thing that we do? Maybe. What is with the obsession with Hatsune Miku these days? Why do people be, you know, always talking about her? Isn't she just like a VTuber basically, but not? We really need these iron mines now, so I think we maybe skip to those instead of doing the coffee and the tools. That'd be nice. Do it for the meme. I respect that. For the meme is legitimate. Is she 20 years old? Is that true? Well, isn't she not real? What do you mean, like, isn't she 20 years old? Unless you mean she was made 20 years ago. But, like, she's not real. It's like the Gorillas, but a PR stunt. Based. Pacifist rural folk, that's cringe. Get out of here, man. I wanna colonize. She's real in our hearts, dude, true. Any good agitators? Let's see. Market liberal, but also we're staying with agrarianism, I think, right? For the LARP. Even though market liberal is really good. Interesting, all these positivists, where are they coming from? The pacifism is cringe, but not the slavery? Correct. In this playthrough particularly. Normally the slavery is very cringe, but in this particular playthrough we're like chilling. The monarchy's anti-slavery, so they must go. But we'll see. Well, I mean, you know, we can always just like we can just let the monarch exist and then just do slavery anyway, despite the monarch. I mean, real slavery maxim would require us to re-implement serfdom, right? The problem is this is just so terrible that I don't want to do it. But yeah, this gets rid of migration, basically. Also, how am I not getting any mass migrations? Like, bro, I've got quite a bit of attraction here. Where's my... I guess America's taking all of it, eh? It's probably what's happening. I think once we get healthcare, that'll actually help us a lot. If we get healthcare, then we'll get a lot more migration, probably. Queue up some technology, but it's all good. Religious laws? I guess we could go state religion. I guess for the extra authority, it's not bad, right? Gotta become a GP and get the block mandate? Yeah, maybe. Look, do we just do state religion anyway? Because why not? I mean, sure, right? Can't hurt. Although I think we wouldn't want to pass... Yeah, I should have waited till after we pass healthcare. It's okay. No big deal. At least our iron mines are coming. How's our infrastructure here now? Got plenty. That's good. We are getting some migration. Well, I'm kind of hoping for more, though, to be honest. We're getting like a trickle of migration, but it's not really like a large enough amount to feel good. I guess if power rank is really important, then we can just get these navies out. Just do that. These don't take very long to build, they take a long time to actually like employ. Let's build those real quick. How's the iron price now? Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty good. We want to get it a bit lower, I think. Let's get in there. This guy's a pacifist. Ew. Get him out of here. Oh, I should be putting the better production methods on the gold mines. What am I doing? I'm sitting here using bad production methods on my gold mines. Yeah. Vision Boss public schools? Yeah, but I got religious schools. I don't need public schools. Religious schools, my dude. Because you don't really need, like, literacy beyond about, like, I'd say maybe 50%. Like, that's when you kind of already have all the qualifications you'll ever need. I don't really care for getting public schools. Religious schools give you enough, they give you enough, like, qualifications as is. The only reason why you might want to go public schools, I guess, is either if you're doing an assimilation build, or if you want to, like, get a lot more innovation. If you really want to, like, rush through the technologies, then a little bit of extra innovation can be nice. But in that case, then you probably just use advanced research in your power block, and that's all you have to do. What's the goal of this campaign? Slave maxing? It's more or less just slave maxing, yeah. We're just trying to, like, play around with slavery in Brazil. More so, it's that I don't intend to do a lot of Victoria 3 content in the near future. And people have often asked for Brazil, but I don't want to do a dedicated video for it because I'm just, like, done playing Victoria 3. So I'm doing a stream of it, so there's at least something of me playing Brazil out there. But, yeah. Go state religion, maybe. Didn't quite pass. Give me the prestige. Yeah, major power, let's go. I could make a power block right now, which is funny. Trade league with external trade. We already did religious convocation with Austria recently, so I don't want to do that. Let's just do a relatively basic, like, trade league. What's January charter? That looks unique. Let's do that, I guess. Look at this guy. This guy's GIGACHAD. Look at him. Holding the earth in his hand. Look at that. That's pretty good, honestly. Alogical union, but it's just slavery? Nah. It feels like the problem with that is how... I guess it'd be themed better. Like, I guess it would be a better theme to do that. But then... it's not actually very useful because the, like, actually getting your subjects to change laws is always so fidgety in this game. If we were to do it, then we'd have to take creative legislature, probably. Okay, sure. We'll do this, even though trade is probably better. We'll do a logical union. It makes for a more interesting idea, I guess. And then we can immediately start trying to get Argentina to pass slavery for the memes. Maybe the block name checks what month it is? Sure, maybe. Yeah, they should have this plus 30%, but why does it only display 10%? Because the way that the legal synergy works is that if the leader has the law, everyone that's in the power block has a better time passing the law. But it looks to me like it's only 10% still, despite the plus 30. Maybe this is just lying. This could just be a false number, but it should be 40%. Oh well. What's 40%? That sounds good. The trigger because I passed the law? Maybe, I don't know. It'd be kind of stupid if that were the case, but it's fine. Like, it's okay regardless. It's just like, it's a small thing. I hope that it is giving, like, actually using the real percent chance, but it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. See, I don't know if 30% is being included or not. I couldn't tell you. Will anyone defend this guy? Also, there's state religion. I think now I want to get public health care. Sounds nice. Will anyone defend you? Maybe Austria, but why? Why does Austria, like, even care? They don't like me. Well, I guess I did lose a bunch of relations when I made my power block, so it's reasonable. I will rival these guys, because they're useless. If we can fix our relations, then maybe go for more conquests. Just over and find out. Yeah, but I don't really want to. If I do that, then my GDP graph resets and it's really annoying. I'll just take a guess based on the luck. If it gets to the next phase here, I'm gonna assume it is counting it. Let's see, it didn't. Here's how we can actually know. Here's how we can actually determine if 30% is being used or not. Is if they get a setback at this point because they have hit 0% success chance. When you hit 0% success chance, you get a setback in the normally with how the game works. So let's see if they get a setback here. It takes a bit for the event to fire, but let's see if they get it. If they do, then that means 30% is not being included. Otherwise, it is being included. Looks like no setback so far. So look. Oh no, they just canceled the law. So it looks like that 30% wasn't being included for whatever reason. So that rip that, I guess. This is. God. I'm sorry. I just like suddenly had a complete loss of humanity in that one moment. I went hollow in Dark Souls terms. For like 1 second, I lost all will to live. This Victoria 3 is so hopelessly broken. So the benefit of using ideological union isn't actually even being applied. It's nice to see. Okay. Looks like we're overbuilding mines, by the way, so let's be careful about that. I think we maybe don't need that extra railway. It's already almost done, though. Let's let it finish, I guess. I've got a massive investment pool that I'm not using at all because I'm just like, I don't have laissez-faire. Damn. Well, we can drop more construction here, I guess. Increase the iron price more. I'm so upset. I'm sorry. I'm so upset by the slave trade just like not working. Like, but I just I'm trying not to be an angry Andy. I guess I can at least make a protectorate on Chile now. No one's gonna help them except Paraguay. There's public health insurance. That should help us a bit with migration because I have more SOL. Okay, Paraguay sides of Chile. That's alright. I'll probably just conquer Paraguay. Like, why even let them live, right? Or we could make them a protectorate. That's probably funnier. Do that. Is this piece, though, maybe I want to just add to my country because it's like a split state and it's kind of annoying to deal with those. So we'll conquer Mato Grosso. but the rest will leave alone. Yeah, it's only 1 infamy anyway. Isn't Paraguay kind of famous for being GIGACHAD in this era? Or maybe it's the opposite, maybe they weren't GIGACHAD? They have a lot of content in this DLC, I know, so they have a lot of stuff going on. Decree cost down? That sounds pretty good, actually. Get more decrees then. I gotta keep in mind that I do in fact not have laissez-faire, so my interest rate is kind of high. I don't want to take on too much debt, although I am currently taking on a lot of debt. Okay, we'll fix it. Don't worry, totally, we'll fix it. Yeah, slaves are always purchased from decentralized nations, and you can still see where you're getting them by just looking where it says importing slaves, although the thing's going away. And now we're bringing some in from the Niger Delta, apparently. That's cool. Damn, Nikita. GIGACHAD because they went to war, not GIGACHAD because they lost. It's still GIGACHAD to try and win, but it's not GIGACHAD to lose. That's true. What's GIGACHAD is to lose and then try again, but to lose and then just, like, be humiliated is bad. But as centralizations get colonized, support percentage should decrease? Yes. The more the game goes on, the less the less available slaves are, because more of Africa gets colonized. As more of this goes away, the harder it is to get slaves. Basically, the game like kind of inevitably moves towards there being less and less slavery because of the way the game is made, which makes sense. Like, you know, slavery is kind of like an old-fashioned thing by this point. But at the same time, slavery just isn't very good to have, period. It's not it's not particularly useful in general, let alone because the game doesn't encourage you to do it. Increase our healthcare. There's Paraguay in the power block. And there's Chile in the power block. Very cool. I need more rivals. Get some more. Ecuador, that's a good rival, right? Here we go. So we just need a Nordestino national hero in order to finish this. Trade with France? Sure. One day we'll be friends with France. One day. I want to do a defensive pact right now, actually, if I can just get enough influence. So let's just, like, rival, I don't know, Portugal? Who can we rival that's not a great power? Mexico. That sounds good. And the Ottomans. Yeah, sure. And in that case, we'll get a defensive pact. Go. That should keep us safe, you know, from too many horrible things happening. I think for now, I'm going to let my private sector drain its investment pool. I say drain, I mean, it's still got so much in it, so... it'll drain very slowly, but I'm going to let the private sector do a few things for a bit, and then we'll focus on building more things once we're out of debt. Gotta be careful about debt when you're a high-interest nation like this. Now we're getting some migration to Minas Gerais, by the way, which is nice. You need more steel, apparently. We still hasn't made a move? Yeah, I doubt they're going to make many moves. They're probably going to mostly sit around to do nothing, is what I'd imagine they're going to do. How was Liberty Desire? I imagine... Okay, it's actually not bad. I thought it'd be much worse than this. Just gotta improve relations, then we're good. I guess my infamy isn't even that high. It's pretty low infamy to conquer this stuff because it's also low population, right? Makes sense. How are we looking in terms of our culture map out? I'm just curious how it looks. Mostly Afro-Brazilian, that makes sense. Dude, I'm very excited for the CK3 DLC. I want to talk about it so badly because I have the early access to it right now, so I've just been playing it a bunch. And I wish I could talk about it more, but I can't. I have a lot to say about it. I'm writing the review. I was gonna say as we speak. I'm not writing it right now. I'm playing the game right now, but I'm writing it like, you know, off stream. It's I got a lot to say about it, but I can't say it right now because I'm under embargo. Are these? Look at that, we got migration decrees across like the whole damn coast. Hoping for some mass migrations in the near future. Is it good? I shouldn't say. I shouldn't say anything. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Is it a DLC? Yes, it is a DLC. I can say that, I think. I think that's public knowledge, so I'm allowed to say it. It is a DLC. We can make pictures to improve Bolivia now. USA would help them. Again, why? Why? What I guess America makes a little more sense than like the other European powers. Where it's like, why are you interested in this? But yeah, still. You got any other friends that maybe I could attack in order to bait you? DLC thought it was a mod? Dude, true. That'd be funny though. Imagine Paradox does paid mods. They've been doing those content creator packs, right? Where they have like the modders that make like clothes and stuff. Pretty chill with me because it's just clothes, not really anything big, but yeah. They've been doing that. Interesting how this state is Guarani. Is that normal? Wait, are we buying slaves from the Guarani? Do they have slave trade? No, they have slavery bans. They're not selling any slaves. That would be cool, Solfi, but unfortunately it is not the case. I wish it were the case, but unfortunately it is not. It'd be cool if you could have like dynamic Afro versions of various European cultures to reflect like the slave populations assimilating in language but not in ethnicity, of course. That'd be cool. But oh well. So we should probably do like a bunch of railways over in Parana and just build a bunch of coffee, eh? It's kind of good. Problem is they're not employing because there's not enough farmers. That's right, because there's no population here. There's nobody living here. Okay, maybe we do it in Sao Paulo instead. That makes sense. There's a lot more population here. Okay. So let's, despite being a little bit in debt still, let's queue up some railways. Two, that's like 40, so we have 59 infrastructure. Let's build 55 coffee plantations here. See if that goes well. Mexico managed to retain Texas. What do you mean? What do you mean managed to retain it? They conquer it from Texas, right? The independent Texas. I imagine America will soon go to war with them to conquer all their stuff, but they haven't yet. In time, they'll go to war with it. Go to war for it. Or do you mean like the event where the Texas country stays independent? That I think that event fires, but it takes time. If the Mexicans managed to occupy Texas before then it doesn't fire. So they just were efficient enough in the war to win it before the event could fire. I believe how it works. Archie refused our legislation. What I hate the most about that event is that it completely tanks your relations. It gives you -50 when you impose legislation and then they don't do it because like they just failed to pass it by pure RNG. You get -50% or 50 relations. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. You know, like it's a little bit heavy in terms of the impact. So yeah, well, we can try to make them pass slavery again later, but you know, unfortunately, because the game is very well done, there's no bonus for legal synergy for it. Yeah, this just isn't true. Very sad. Makes me wish I did a damn trade league, but oh well. Oh, Britain rivaled me. Okay, well, why am I even improving relations? Let's just get the rivalry back. I didn't realize Britain rivaled me. Coffee Mafia, that's what we're going for. We're working on railways right now in Sao Paulo, so we can get a bunch of coffee. I have way too much investment pool. It hurts to have this much investment pool, but I just like I can't use it unless I build more construction and then pause government construction because we're on agrarianism. So cringe. Oh well. Give me some up there. Administration here. Why do we have a art academy? What are we doing here? Why are we building art academies, private sector? Why are we doing this? It is what it is, I guess. Do we have any Nordestino generals? No, they're all Brazilian. Paulista, Brazilian, Sulista. Oh well. So in terms of like how many slaves we've imported, it doesn't seem like it's that many. It's not a ton. 170,000 Fluvio Bantu, actually, it's not bad. How much population does Brazil start? Looks like about, I don't know, that's about maybe like 6 million. And we've gained quite a bit by conquest, is one thing to keep in mind. We are starting to get a nice little, you know, increase here, like a nice slope. We'll see. We have quite. Why are we getting so many slaves up here when there's not like I'm not doing anything up here? It's like they're importing slaves to all the places I don't need them. But then down here where I actually need them, they're not really importing very many. Weird. By the way, let's get the next level of healthcare. Well, we're doing a little bit of conquest, but we actually have mostly been just making puppets. Here we have our puppets down here. I want to do Peru Bolivia, but they've got the Americans on their side. Or at least, well, the Americans would defend them, I think it said before. Well, the Aberdeen Act. Britain is being angry at me. That's alright. Let them cook. Dude, Argentina plus Brazil football team definitely would win every game. That's true. They'd win every World Cup every time. Still defensive pact with France, unfortunately. If we were to attack Venezuela, would anyone help them? Because we could use them to get access to Peru, Bolivia. Looks like, yeah, Peru and Denmark. And then maybe Austria. This is the problem, is Austria. But to be fair, we could maybe call in France to help us. Hello, Pudding Kip. How's it going? Need to import steel. Cool. Venezuela. Do I want to take the risk on it? In case Austria joins. We are slowly improving relations, so maybe we want to wait. So they might get busy in the near future or something. I am streaming for the next little while. Yeah, I'm streaming for the next 2 hours or so. 2 hours and 10 minutes. I'm trying to stick to the schedule that I'm making so that I don't burn myself out, nor do I avoid streaming. So I said I'd stream for 4 hours today. We're going to stream for 4 hours, no more, no less. So about another 2 hours of streaming today. I also can't stream extra because I actually have things to do in the evening today. I'm not gonna be home in the evening, so I can't actually stream extra. But yeah, I'm nonetheless, even on days I'm available, I will try to not stream extra. As if I believe that, dude. So true. Imagine getting trolled by railways, though. That's probably the most European thing I've ever seen. To get trolled by a railway. How's coffee doing? Definitely be importing this stuff. Or exporting, I mean. Spain. Just to everyone. Every market gets coffee. How are those trade routes doing? We should look at those. Okay, we're mostly we're just importing stuff, it looks like, but looks like the coffee's doing okay. Not really, honestly, it's doing terribly. We need to make a lot more of it. We have the throughput bonus here? I think there's a special thing here. Yeah. Definitely be subsidizing the railway. What am I doing? Am I out in the US East or West? Neither. I'm in Canada West. Got him. I'm in BC. I'm up here. That's where I am. Perfidious Albion. Yeah. Stupid Albion. US North, dude, true. Hello BC guy, let's go, dude. I love people from BC. But go Oilers, boo Canucks. Do you know it's gonna sound heretical for being a Canadian? I don't really care much about hockey. I'm just not that into it. It's crazy, I know. Still living in BC. Dude, true. When I say BC, I of course mean the years. You try to get Brazilian as culture in Corrientes. What state even is that? Can I find that? Is it this? The split state? No, this is one of Argentina's states.
Got 2 rivers. That's nice. It's actually a big bonus to have 2 rivers going through it. And it's got some nice modifiers. We could try. There are already 12,000 Brazilians there. If I were to perhaps steal that state, how would that go? 24 infamy to seize the state. Why? That is an insane amount of infamy for how many? For 200,000 people. It's ridiculous. It is Sulista, so it can be integrated. That's true. Sure. Maybe we can get to great power pretty soon. We're like on the cusp of great power right now. We're just 3 prestige away. Are the Intelligentsia mad at me? They're not. That's good. Let's puppet Paraguay. Nice. I want to put a Brazilian in charge of Argentina for the memes. Evangelize in Chile, evangelize in Paraguay. Or should that raise Libby Desire? Why is that? A little bit weird. I'm just gonna exempt them from service because I think I prefer the Libby Desire being lower than actually getting their help because they're not really much of a military power. Cafe con leche. Let's see, how do we get this? So we complete it if we do any of these. We get to maintain a land reform law other than serfdom or tenant farmers and keep the landowners out of government or keep them in government. Basically, we're gonna complete this with the tenant farmers and landowners in government. Okay, well, see what happens then. Ooh, immigration attraction, hell yeah. Sure. They've already established any companies? Nope, no companies yet because you don't have the tech for it. But I think we're getting it next, yeah. We're working on companies next. Still in the mass migrations, by the way, with 12 SOL and almost a great power. Let me actually just like drop a couple more chips so we can maybe get the SOL a little bit higher, or so we can get a little bit more prestige. I think with those extra ships, that'll get us just barely over it. An oligarchic republic like in real life, put the slaves into coffee plantations? Well, right now we just like, even though we have slave trade, we're just not really importing that many slaves. Kinda sucks. I'd like to get more, but we just can't. New steel method. Put that on. Nice. Laws do we have currently? I just looked at them, but here they are again. It's just, it's most of what you start with, but I got to landed voting, state religion, and then we put in healthcare and religious schools. But it's mostly just what you start the game with. I haven't really done a lot of law changing. Landed voting EU. Yeah, it is kind of EU, but I got a government petition for it, and I was like, yeah, sure. It felt in line with the roleplay a little bit because we're doing like slavery, landowner type still. We must have another mandate, by the way. We can get a migration one probably. We don't need these anymore because now we have railways. Good. It's more realistic roleplay then? Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sort of just getting the Brazil experience, is how I've been describing it, because I haven't actually played Brazil before. I'm just like, oh yeah, what's Brazil like to play? I want to see what it's like, so I'm playing them. Also, this French society is crazy. Everyone's in here, which is good for me because I'm being friends with the French, so it's fine with me. But it's funny looking. So based, yes, so based. It's not looking very effective so far, by the way. Although we do have quite a few slaves here, at least. Very chill. Yeah, we're just chilling. We're playing a very chill Brazil playthrough. A lot of migration to Sao Paulo, which makes sense because of the coffee we're making. I'm tempted to do rail transport, but we would just have shortages because we don't have railways. Gold rush, let's go. That's big. Nice. Even more SOL, yeah, sure, dude. Hopefully this helps get mass migrations. We haven't gotten like any mass migrations despite having pretty good SOL. Also, we're great power now. That should help with getting migrations. Like, we have really high attraction. Like, look at these numbers. I have 230, 146, 106. Whereas in America, they've got 76 at most. I do have migration controls, and that might be a problem, because I have state religion. This is probably significantly hampering me to have state religion, to be totally honest with you. We really want to get onto no migration controls, but that's going to be really difficult. It is based on acceptance, but I mean the Americans also have the same acceptance levels that we do. It is a total separation is the problem. That's what's giving them the advantage probably, and we'd like to get to total separation, but no migration codes would also help. To get rid of your evil intelligentsia king, dude, so true. Meticulous is nice to have though. I kind of like having meticulous. Some more, that's fine. I'm sure Argentina can handle that by himself. My cat's here. Don't knock over my microphone, cat. She's sitting on my microphone. Hi. I'll show her to the camera. Hold on. I'm gonna pick you up. Is that okay, buddy? You see her? You guys see her? I don't know how to like. I'm trying to pick her up comfortably so she's not like uncomfortable. I don't know how to do that, but she's trying to escape. Yeah. She likes to lie down on my keyboard a lot, so you can expect that to happen pretty often. Possible to form India using a princess state into doing it through Sick Empire? It's definitely like possible, but it sounds like not very fun. It sounds horrible, what I would say. Hail is on my keyboard. There you go, she moved. Thank you. I think she wants attention right now, but unfortunately I'm streaming. But I can give her attention while I stream, right? Can I point the camera at her? Do you guys see her? There she is. Look at that. She looks so confused. Okay, there she's gone. There you go. That's all the cat you get for now, I think. She's currently blocking my monitor, but that's alright. I don't need to see the game to be able to play. She's now grabbing the mouse. Okay. I wonder what country my cat would want me to play. She probably doesn't like Brazil. She's like, play something else. You want me to play a different country? No, she just wants to lie down on the keyboard. But she wants to look out the window. That's what she's doing. She's trying to look out the window. That's the big thing. Are we importing slaves here, by the way? Because we have labor. Oh, she's pressing buttons. Oh, ah. You pressed buttons. She's not allowed to do that. Are we importing slaves? Don't see. Doesn't look like it. No. You think we would be because okay, considering that there's like literally 50,000 jobs available here, you'd think that there would be some slaves being imported, but alas, there are not. I don't know what to do about that. I don't know how else we can encourage slave trade besides making jobs. Oh well. I do want to do road transportation, but it would just be too expensive. We don't make enough transportation to possibly do that. We'd have to make like way more railways, but I guess we could also go in the urban centers and add in the rail transportation, public trams. We'd only give 10 transportation though. It's not really worth it. Infrastructure influence slave trade like it does migration quota? I don't think so. I don't know though. I really don't know. To be honest with you, I guess we kind of do need this just so that we can get like so we could turn on the rail transportation PM. So I guess we will just build railways anyway, even though we don't need the extra infrastructure. Number 9 GDP, by the way. Will colonizing Latin Africa boost slave trade? No, it would actually harm the slave trade because then those countries would not be decentralized. Only decentralized countries can give you slaves. Wait, check which state you're importing slaves from. It shows like if you're importing slaves, it'll say importing slaves in this list of stuff. See right here, importing slaves. We're importing from Kasai. Relations don't matter because you don't have relations with when it comes to like decentralized nations. You don't have relations. You only have tension. It doesn't matter. There's no relations to it. What's up, Karasak? How's it going? We have Demon Soul soundtrack. Oh, we gotta turn this up. This is a classic. Yo, what's up, Torin? Good to see you, brother. Is this what you do as Brazil? You just make coffee? Is this what Brazilians do? They just be making coffee? It makes sense. Yeah, long time indeed. Indeed. Yep, that's what you do. That's what Brazilians do, you just make coffee. You take Corrientes now without going over Cat, by the way. Yeah, but it's such a horrible waste of infamy, but I guess at the same time, we aren't really doing anything with our infamy, so what's the harm? 26 infamy, ew. Okay, let's do it. It hurts, and it gave us so much libido desire. That's so disgusting. But yeah, okay. We'll see if we can Brazilify this because it was asked for, but no guarantees. See what happens. As Brazil, you engage in deforestation. That do be a Brazilian thing. Gotta feed the Amazon rainforest into the supercomputers that run ChatGPT so it can tell me, so it can write me like a fan fiction about, I don't know, anything, something random. You know, really good usage of all the planet's energy. Ooh, new company. So I can probably get like a coffee company, right? Yeah, we can get the premium plantations. There must be like a unique Brazilian coffee company though, right? Like, surely there is. Let's see. What exists? There's a railway company, which gives coffee plantation stuff. Interesting. Maybe we actually want to get this, just because it would be kind of nice for the coffee plantation if we can get the prosperity up. There's Fundição Ipanema. Requires us to build in Sao Paulo. That's, it's not too good, though. Exporting small arms? No, but that might help me reduce infamy, it's true. Because you can get that event where they reduce your infamy. Companhia Fiação e Tecidos de Pernambuco. I don't know how good that was, but I tried to pronounce it reasonably well. I guess we go for that railway company then, right? This one, the Sao Paulo Railway Company Limited. We just need 5 railways. I think they have to be private, right? They have to be privatized railways, is how it works. In that case, we can temporarily up the profits a bit, doing that. It doesn't have unique coffee. That's ridiculous, but oh well. It is what it is, I guess. Just subsidize this, I guess. It's gonna be expensive, but subsidize it while these build. Immediately tanks my prestige, are you kidding me? If there's no unique company for coffee, then I guess we just get the premium plantations. There's at least something. Then we'll get the next company. Next company slot will do the railway one. New mandate. I am gonna grab the migration one. We really need the population, freedom of movement. Part of me wants to say that we really need to get off of state religion, even though it's a good meme. This is probably like really harming us. Sure. It's a low chance to pass, but at least it's gonna give the intelligentsia some approval of us. Prestige is nice. For 40 years? Jeez, man. That's a long time to have to... Dude, do the developers understand how long 40 years is in the scope of Victoria 3? Why does this take 40 years? That's crazy. That's insane, man. That's a long time in Victoria 3. That's like 40% of the game, literally. Okay. Well, we're not going to see how this ends then, because I'm not going to be playing for that long. Takes time to build naval tradition? I guess, but this is a video game. Like, you got to take into account the fact that the game's only 100 years long. You spent 40 years of it on one journal entry. My goodness. That's insane. Most people don't play 40 years? Yeah, exactly. Most people stop playing the game around 1880, 1890-ish. That's about when most people stop playing the game. And get more migration decrees. Let's actually do agriculture here, and we can do resources in here. It's actually probably best. Get more throughput on this. Like you need engines. Okay. I probably want to turn on this stuff wherever I can. Or to Sweden, sure. Are these trade routes like... Hey, we got embargoed by the British, let's just cancel this. They're probably not going to take it off because it's... You know, they're kind of angry at me. Looks like we're exporting 200 coffee to the French. That's kind of our big export then. Okay. Like we have a African majority population here, that's funny. It is crazy to me how in most of Brazil, Afro-Brazilian's the largest population. Like damn. Like a third of the population is Afro-Brazilian. It's kind of crazy. Scary war. I think the population. Yeah, I know. I just need to. I don't have a national hero for the Nordestinos, but we'll get there eventually. We have to be fighting wars for that. I think because you get the generals become national heroes when they win battles and stuff. The thing is, I don't really have a good option for fighting right now. Because there's great powers in Europe that want to see me stopped. Those games you want to get into, but you never can. I understand. It's a bit of a... Honestly, it's a bit of a tough game to get into. It's like... It has a problem with... there's not a lot of feedback in the game, is the best way that I would describe it. It doesn't have very good feedback. So, like, when you're playing it, it's hard to know if you're playing it well or playing it poorly. You know, that kind of thing. So it's difficult to get into. Also, we got our Sao Paulo Railway Company Limited. We can get them to get prosperity, that'd be kind of nice. We're missing engines. That's a bit of a problem. We finished Rivers of Coffee. What do we get? This is the money tree. Political strength, approval, plantation throughput, or just a lesser... So you can get either the full modifier or half the modifier. I guess we'll just take the full modifier. Sure. Pretty lame. Pretty lame. Also working on this journal by having the second option down here. Wait, someone with power vector just sit on defense. I mean, yeah, we could. It's that right now, I don't see much benefit from invading someone else. Like, I guess the big benefit would be population, but we have lots of untapped resources. We just need to build them. I'm more focused on getting all this coffee up. Kind of more what I'm looking at. Working on our prosperity in the railways. We probably have railways around the country that aren't very prosperous. Let's say we try to fix them up. Let's put some rail transport on this tobacco, for example. Okay, that should help. You could use rails. We should probably be subsidizing all the railways in the country, first of all. Are you returning to Hoi 4? Well, I mean, you know, I sometimes I play Hoi 4, sometimes I don't. It just kind of... It's what I feel in the mood for. I might do some more Hoi 4 videos, I might not. I've just felt like lately, with CK3's DLC coming out soon, I'm going to be putting a lot of priority on CK3. So Hoi 4 might return if there's ever like a content lull, but with CK3's DLC coming out, that's definitely going to last me till Victoria 3's DLC comes out, and then maybe between the time of Victoria 3's DLC and the next CK3 DLC, maybe I'll want to play some Hoi 4, but right now I'm pretty... I had like a brief Hoi 4 period, and now I'm kind of done with Hoi 4, at least for now. There's no rush to get the integrate the Brazilian nation. You have 22 years to do it, right? Although I guess it's nice to get the migration attraction, but it's fine. No one's migrating anyway until we get off of state religion, probably. Also, the Americans just like aren't invading Mexico. I wonder why. Oh, I don't know why they're just refusing to invade Mexico. A curious choice. Now the transport price is back to something reasonable, so prosperity's not quite as awful. So they just didn't want to play FOI 4. Yeah, I did have a what do you call it? A Denmark video in the works, but it just wasn't very good. Does that affect migration though? It does, because it has an effect on tolerance. So if you look at if you look at this, the acceptance for state religion, I should be getting Catholic pops migrating in, but they're just like not. Don't know why. There's probably not a lot of Catholic pops to migrate in. But my sort of acceptance for all the other Christians is pretty bad. Whereas if you get freedom of conscience, this should make it a little bit more easy for Christians to get in here, which most of the Europeans are. Because it affects the acceptance. And also we have migration controls as well. With migration controls, if they have less than 60 acceptance, they can't migrate. And with racial segregation, you have plus 50 from heritage. So 50 base with all the Europeans, period. 70 for Portuguese, because they're also Lusophones. And when you combine that with the fact that they have to also be Catholics, it means that only Catholic Europeans can migrate. And there just aren't, I mean, there are a lot of them, but not as many as there are all Europeans in general. Farming boom, let's go. You sure that's someone to get migration from them? Is that true? Well, I mean, I am doing coffee with like everybody. Okay, I am exporting coffee to most of the world. I didn't know you needed a trade route though, that's crazy. But yeah, we have quite a few. We can, I guess, do more. Just in case. Okay, that's most of the big countries. I haven't gotten a single mass migration despite having 12.6 SOL and having migration decrees everywhere. But, oh well. I guess we're getting lots of migrants to Sao Paulo now, which is good. That's where all of our coffee is. But we do want that. That's a nice coffee, a nice bit of coffee profits. Even more engines here. Wow, okay, sure. Yeah, Connor's in the chat. We love to see Connor in the chat. He's a GIGACHAD. A Sigma. So freedom of conscience helps. Maybe that'll get us some more migrations. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm relatively high up in the migration attraction sector here. See, I'm number 1 by a pretty large margin. I'm not getting any, though. I'm hoping the freedom of conscience fixes it. See? Get the Mongol Empire? Yeah, I bet that's gonna be tough. I saw you talking in your Discord that Mongolia is very difficult, and I could see that being the case. Because they don't really have much, do they? Mongolia. Oh, actually, this is actually a pretty good state. Never mind, they have like a lot of stuff. What the hell? What am I saying? This is actually some nice resources. But low population. And if you're in the Chinese market, you might get the migrations maybe, but also you have to deal with being under China. I could see it being a tough game. Oh, excuse me. We do a little yawning. Wonder if I can maybe just reduce this a little bit, because maybe we overbuilt these slightly. Overbuilt them. There you go. Oh, but I just... Ah, see, that's bad, actually. They react the way Mongols collapses. The AI actually collapsed the Mongols. I don't want to say because I'm embargoed, so I don't want to say necessarily if that's the case in CK3. I want to wait until I'm embargo free to answer particular questions like that. Yeah, it might be too much. I don't want to take the risk. I want Paradox to get mad at me. Alright, we're actually getting prosperity now on our railway company. Honestly, the land trade capacity is not a bad modifier to have on this too, alongside the coffee plantation throughput. Replace DLC and places a French count or something. True. I'll tell you this, in terms of I have 3 videos in the works. That's what I'll tell you. One of them is the review. That's the obvious. Like I've played several playthroughs as various. I've played as countries that are like outside the steppes, and I want to see how the AI, like what they do to me. I've played as like Temujin, like I played as like, you know, the Mongol Emperor. I've played as various guys in different parts of the steppes. I've played as the Siberian dudes. I've played as Haston, migrated over to the steppes, become a steppe nomad. You know, the classic, right? I've done that. I've even played just like a random game. I think I played in like England or something and just kind of watched what was going on over here. So I've done various things to try and see what the nomads are like in the game, whether I'm close to them, when I'm far away, when I'm in there, that kind of stuff. The 3 videos I have planned: 1 is the review based on all those experiences. 2 is the I played Temujin and I got every achievement in the new DLC in one lifetime. So you play as Temujin, conquer the world, and there's a couple other achievements you can get, and I got all of them that are available in the new DLC, which is Pog. And then the 3rd one is I play Haston and I become the greatest of Khans, and it's, you know, hilarious, memes, lol, funny. So yeah, those are the current intended playthroughs. Like, it's pretty basic, but I think I'll just take the mines. The mining company is good. Basic, but it's nice. Basic is good. Yeah, those are the 3 videos I'm working on right now. There's probably not going to be another video coming out until the DLC comes out on the 28th. Because I'm going to do some streaming this week. And then, do streaming this week, and then I'll do the review is going to release on the 28th. And then I'll do, like, the rest of the videos kind of a day or 2 after the review. What's the hardest country? What, in this game? In Victoria 3? I mean, it's gotta be like, I don't know, Indian territory, I guess. Maybe it's Mongolia, as Connor's finding out. You could maybe make an argument for like Bahrain or something. Although with Bahrain, you can at least just get foreign investment rights and just like play a game where you just do that. Maybe like Gobir. I don't know what you do as Gobir. You have like nobody lives here and you have like no resources and you just have like nothing here, so maybe it's Gobir. Sikkim is a good pick, yeah, Sikkim's a really good pick. Yeah, Sikkim is definitely, it probably actually is Sikkim. You have one, sorry, you have like 3 arable land, you have no population, and like, you have nothing here, yeah. Fargo, Britain, sure. Stupid autocorrect. Oh, Tuva. Tuva, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense, yeah. That's these guys here. They at least have more population. Oh, this is because the 230,000 people migrated here. So before the migrations, they're gonna have like, what, 40,000 pops or so, probably? But at least you get to be part of China's market and you have local resources, right? You at least have that. You could, in theory, just sit around and hope for massive Han migrations. But yeah, it would definitely be tough. I heard Tuva's IRL anthem. I have not heard it. Try to play Lebanon? Well, you at least have, like, it's not a huge population, but as Lebanon, you at least have, like, a coast. It is nice to have a coastline compared to playing as Mongolia or as Tuva. This is kind of loud, eh, this music? Let me maybe turn it down. It's a little bit loud. Just realized it as we're getting to the end of the song that it's getting too loud. I guess I can stop making coffee now, by the way. Because, we did the coffee journal entry. #1 producer by a massive margin. It's funny. Got this massive investment pool. You know what we should do? Here's what we should do now. We have a big investment pool. Okay, we got nothing to. We gotta use it. Let's just spam down some construction and then pause government construction for a while. Wherever we have peasants, that's where we'll put construction. You can cheese with the coast, yeah, exactly. Like if you have a coastline, then I don't know. You can always do something. But if you don't have a coastline, then it's much harder. Altai is probably harder. That's what these guys are. No, these guys, right? Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. You even get worse resources than Tuva. You don't get any coal. I can see Altai being harder. Yeah. You even don't get rye. You only get livestock. Funny. Once these construction sectors finish, I'm going to pause construction, and I'm just going to let the investment pool drain. We'll let it build whatever it wants to build. In terms of new technologies, I mean, a good one could actually be to get pump jacks to make our coffee even better, but I think maybe we're going a little too hard on the coffee. I think maybe we just go stuff like mechanized workshops. Maybe just steel railway cars. This is nice to have for the extra transportation. How much longer am I streaming today? Got another hour and a half. Okay, cool. Keeping an eye on the time. Issue graph at least is going kind of nice. Do we have the be fruitful multiply thing? We do. That's nice. Birth rate is useful for this country because we don't have a lot of population. I think the most unfun nation to play is. That's a tough one. I mean, depends what you consider to be fun, but to me, like, any country that has a ridiculously slow start is not fun. For example, like the Marina Kingdom. This to me is, I have tried playing the Marina Kingdom before. This is very much not fun because you have like no technology. They've managed to get their literacy up a little bit, but they have even less literacy than this. And like they just, you don't get to do anything because you can't build these ships forever. So yeah, it's I don't like. I think Marina Kingdom's one of the one possible option, but you can take any country with a similar idea, a similar like kind of, you know, low tech, super backwards, nothing to do, no navy type thing. You can apply it to another country. You could say it's something like Gaza maybe. Like, although they at least can attack like the Boers, so they have that going for them. But as for the Marina Kingdom, you don't even have any ships. You don't have the tech for it. We're finishing up our last little bit of coffee in Sao Paulo, and then we're gonna not build anything for a little while. Although maybe I'm gonna just build like a little more railways to get the extra transportation. But they need more engines. Subsidize that, make sure they're employing. Ethiopia, I'd say, is probably fun to play because you can get Theodoros, the crazy attack bonus. Alright, let's see what the private sector does with the money. I have high hopes for you. Yeah, look at the productivity on the iron mines. See, how much profit are they making? That's a lot. That's pretty good. Keep it up, guys. That's quite the good money. Hopefully the company buys up all this and we can get even more throughput. Can we export anymore? Let's see. Maybe we can. I mean, we're kind of exporting like everyone that we can, more or less. Yeah, this is exporting to everybody. Hawaii as well, sure. I really would like this law, but it's not going to happen. The Brazilian supremacists would rise up where I try to pass it. The Republican proposal. Do you want to become a republic? Do you want to get rid of Pedro? I mean, sure, I guess, right? See, what I don't get is like, okay, this is an interesting. Allow me to speak at length for a moment here. So like the push and pull of Brazil is like slavery versus abolition, right? And I guess in combination monarchy against republicanism. The thing that I don't get is that the slaver faction is also the Republican faction, right? Because like the king is the one that wants to ban slavery, and then the robber barons and the landlords and everyone wants to keep the slaves around. Okay, if the landowners are the slavers and they don't like the king because the king is anti-slavery, why do they want to keep the monarchy? I don't understand that. Like, in the sense that I understand they might want a king, maybe we can say that, but why do they want this king? Like, you know, why are they fighting for this king? I don't know. I don't get it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me that they would be opposed to the change to a republic when they don't like the current king. But that's kind of a larger issue with Victoria 3 in general, I guess, with how it represents interest groups. Because obviously the landowners would love for Pedro II to go away. So they should want this presidential republic to happen, and maybe later they'd want to prop up a different king that comes from an ideology they support more. But right now, they should be in support of this, probably. But oh well. So I was going to say, we can try to get republic, but not if the landowners are going to support it, because they're way too happy with this law. And also, I think the religious folk want to keep it too. Yeah, so both of the factions that are biggest in my government don't want it. But oh well. Just a little issue, I guess you could say, with Victoria 3 in general. Continuing our tech, or rather our private industry buildings. Iron price going down. Pretty good. I guess they could look to other republics in the world and how they treat slavery. Look to the neighbors, think they're Republican anti-slavery. Could be wrong. Maybe. I mean, the other republics in Central, this one is banned it, but most of these countries do have legacy slavery, and these are also republics. I don't know. It feels like the interest group should be more flexible in their ideologies. It feels like, but oh well. Because they're just like always anti-monarchy, even if the monarchy is against their own interests. Or rather, pro-monarchy. YouTube title versus Twitch title? Yeah, I know, right? I like to change the titles to match the audience a little better. You can be a little more liberal with the titles on Twitch, I'd say. I don't know. Twitch is like chill. They're also not chill sometimes, but they're like kind of chill. Apparently we're building iron in France. I forgot that we got a mutual investment thing with France. So I guess we're building up his iron mines. Damn, we actually own like a lot of his iron here in Auvergne. That's cute. I probably want to just like privatize everything, right, at this point, because we can just pay off our debt that way and then get more investment pool. Sounds good. We also should be updating our production methods. I haven't really done that like at all. Been playing terribly this whole game, let's be honest here. I think I'm just not that interested in playing Vic 3 right now. I'm playing it because I scheduled it, so I am playing it, but I'm also like, I think that Austria video that I just did was like my last Victoria 3 video for a long time. That is the last one I had in me. We could use more military ships, so let's build some of those domestically. Yeah, the whole like, I was hoping that by using slavery we could get a lot more coffee production, but honestly, like, using slaves doesn't really make the coffee that much more productive, unfortunately. Because I was hoping it'd be like, yeah, like, because we're using slaves, we're able to produce it for much cheaper, but the truth is that, you don't get that much of a competitive advantage with slavery. In fact, you kind of get a competitive disadvantage, to be honest. But that's a topic for another video. What am I saying? This is not a video. It's a topic for a video, not another one, but discussing the horrible disadvantages of slavery is kind of like a whole rabbit hole, is what I mean. We're getting close to finishing this this journal entry about coffee, rather. This country, Tahiti. This sounds like it'd be a terrible country to play. Apparently I own the logging camps here, that's funny. We almost finished colonizing down here, which is nice. How's our progress on Brazilianizing Corrientes? Pretty terrible. We've not made much progress. We've mostly just imported slaves here. Fair enough. Guess we can incorporate it. Yeah, I don't really get why we're importing slaves here when the labor is needed over here in Sao Paulo. I don't get what influences whether or not they'll import slaves. I guess they are importing here, to be fair, but... Lots of population in Minas Gerais. Probably want to do even more iron mines. They were Brazilian in chat from Rio Grande do Sul. Wow. A Sulista. Guarani still dominate here. Guarani and then slaves, then Brazilians. The whole population chart of Brazil is always something, because it's like their whole country is not their primary culture. It's all just slaves. A third of the country is enslaved. Crazy. I expect even more, though, to be honest, because we have this renewed African cycle modifier, but oh well. We are dropping out of great power, apparently. Not that it did me any good to be a great power, because apparently we can't get any mass migrations. Despite being the most attractive place in the world right now, we can't get any. I think it's because we don't have. I think it's because we have migration controls. That's probably what's causing this total lack of migrations. But we should be able to get Europeans with migration controls, right? Racial segregation plus freedom of conscience. We should be able to get Protestants and Catholics in pretty easily. But I think we need to get migration controls. Unpaid volunteer, damn, true. Unpaid interns. We're importing unpaid interns from Africa. What's the best ethno-state nation? Well, China's an obvious one because there's a bunch of Han pops. Another one that's pretty good is India, not the British Raj, because your English is, you don't want to ethno-state that. But if you can actually form India as the British Raj or as one of the princely states, then you have a lot of primary cultures, and ethno-state will apply to all of them. Another good one could be Germany, not for necessarily historical reasons, but because there are just a lot of German pops. Beyond that, like, I don't know. The United States can be good if you do it in the late game after you've already assimilated a bunch of Europeans to Yankee or Dixie. Be good for that. France can be okay, especially if you take the Rhine, the natural borders of the Rhine, and then add all the primary cultures that you can get. You get like Breton, then Wallonian, and Occitan, and Franco-Provençal. That could be nice. Anyway, Broca can't really lose acceptance for whether they should migrate or not. It's possible. It might. What it's probably doing is, you know how like when you get those journal entries, like for example with America, where you have to get a certain level of acceptance in in the country to get African Americans as a primary culture. It says you have to get like 80 or something, and the developers probably intended for that to be like cultural exclusion, which is like 60, plus maybe getting 20 from total separation. They probably intended it to be like that, but then it ended up being the case that it has to be the base acceptance, which only checks the heritage and culture traits, which means that you have to get multiculturalism for that. It's probably like that, where this limit, this this 60 migration restrictiveness probably is only checking the base and not the total acceptance. So it's like looking at the 50 from heritage and like, nah, it's not gonna let me. In theory, we could get pops from Portugal, maybe is probably the best we could get. But actually, we're embargoed and embargoing the British, so we can't trade with Portugal, which means we can't get their migrants, I guess. Who's this guy? Luis Gama, an abolitionist. Get out of here. Leader of France. This guy. This is Prudencio de Lezica, a Platonian radical industrialist. Somehow that happened, I guess. Cool. So I guess our real problem then is it wasn't even state religion, it's that we're on migration controls and I'm not going to be able to pass this. Not without a literal civil war. Insane. So that's why we're so weak. So basically, as Brazil, what I'll say, what I've learned from this playthrough, if I were to do the Brazil playthrough, I'd focus completely on getting no migration controls. That is of like extremely critical importance, apparently, to get any population. Because we just have like no population, and it's absolutely killer. But, you know, we can get birth rate, I guess. We can import slaves, although apparently we can't import very many. Cultural exclusion? I wish. I wish. Unfortunately, we have slavery. We're on. Yes, we have slave trade. No cultural exclusion. Yeah, exactly, Connor, but no. Imagine banning slavery, though. This is the slave maxing playthrough. We don't ban slavery. I do kind of want to engage in some content, so how about we just invade Peru, Bolivia, even though they're probably going to get defended by Austria for some reason. Oh, never mind, now Austria won't defend them, but the Americans will. That's fine. It's actually really not fine. What am I saying? It's completely not fine. The Americans would roll over me, I'm pretty sure. This is probably a better bet, is if we attack here, and then we just hope that the Peru-Bolivians join. We can even call in France, probably, or we can call in Peru-Bolivia, apparently. I'm hoping they join against me, though. Ooh, Russia might join. That's scary. Struggle is content, yeah, exactly. Okay, there they did. Let's get some content today. And Russia joins. That's unfortunate, but maybe we can just like defend against the Russians until when these guys are gonna stay and defend at home because the Russians are probably gonna naval invade. Once when you ban slavery, you lose the modifier. It said in the journal entry that when you ban slavery, you lose this modifier. So we would not, in fact, take minus influence, minus prestige forever. So sad. Yeah, the Russians are probably going to try to naval invade me. They're probably going to put units on this front. I think we can just wait until they inevitably leave the war. Nice decree cost, nice. Everyone invade Siberia, dude, true. Real. Yeah, my company is just making iron mines in France. This is funny. We're probably going to get a lot of profits off this, but presumably the company is just like seeing that there's no population in my country and is deciding to just build in France because there's profitability there. Let's just defend, let's not attack. Because the Russian army's there, so that's a little scary. I guess I could try to cut off Russian supply by just raiding convoys. Sounds good to me. Oh, they're not even attacking me, wow. Oh, okay, one of them's going to attack eventually. We could go for the backdoor naval invasion. Right into Ica. Maybe that's based. Guess they're presumably coming here to try and stop me. Okay, now they're naval invade me. Where though? Where's this naval invasion even happening? Oh, stalled. Yeah, I see. I have to put this guy on coordinated interception. There we go. We probably could beat the Russian Navy, to be honest, because we have one admiral. One admiral is OP. Not to mention when we kill like the Marines in this navy, it'll help reduce Russian war support, and that'll make them leave the war faster. I'm pretty sure we're gonna need them to leave in order to defeat Venezuela and Peru, Bolivia. Okay, there we landed in the capital. Now it's just a matter of time until we win that war. Cool, okay. It might take a while for Peru, Bolivia to leave, because, we don't occupy a ton of their land, but that's okay. In the meantime, let's raid convoys. Try and harm the Russians. Not that losing supply does a whole lot, but it does give some negatives. Oh, there we go. We just got the... this is a Paulista. Is that what we needed? I don't remember. No, we needed a Nordestino. So hopefully we get one. I don't actually know, like, does it have to be a guy with the Nordestino culture? Let's just put a bunch of generals on just in case, I guess. We're short on paper, apparently. But that's no big deal. Who needs paper, right? I mean, I do, but whatever. Just write on, just carve it into rocks or something. I don't have any access to sulfur, do I? Oh, I do actually. Okay, well, there is some sulfur in the market. In that case, we'll just do sulfite pulping instead. Do we have sulfur that I can build more of? Or is it, like, being imported? Okay, there are actual sulfur mines. Oh, but they're not even... There's actually none in Brazil. Wow. Sucks for Brazil, man. But we have some in Argentina we can build at least. Just a couple. We don't need a ton, but just a few. I think since this war seems to be going fine over here, let's actually go over to Venezuela instead of continuing the fight down here, because Peru is going to surrender pretty soon, probably. In fact, you guys probably just defend. Surprised the Venezuelans have not mobilized their army. They probably don't have a general, is why. No, they have a general. They're just like, they're just hoping that Russia will carry the war for them. I understand. I've been there. Don't want to mobilize. Refuse to mobilize. I've been there, bro. Bolivia is almost out. There we go. There's Bolivia gone. Now they're a protectorate. Nice. Looks like Russia's trying to naval invade me, but I should be able to defend. Doubt they'll be able to land on me. I've already landed in Venezuela. Good. I think we're good. Yeah, because once we beat Venezuela, then there's no more war goals, so Russia's participation will just go away. Perfect. I guess I can also send my navy to interrupt this. My cat's back again. She's once again lying down on the keyboard. It's really cute, but it could pose an issue. It is really cute though, damn. I'll put a picture in my Discord. Exclamation point Discord for the Twitch viewers, or just look in the description if you're on YouTube, by the way. Put a picture. Got one. In the cat posting section, if you're not already part of the Discord, which you definitely should be. It's a nice place sometimes. Got a bunch of events popping up, but I don't really care. Labor movement? Sure. Important that the slaves have rights. Okay, Kaz worth joining a Discord for? Absolutely. Unfortunately, wait, is Russia... Did Russia get overlordship? Oh my goodness. I thought that we'd be done this war, but no. Looks like Russia got them as a protectorate in return for support. Yeah, so actually we're gonna have to sit here for a long time waiting for the Russians to lose support. What's up, Hans? Good to see you. Yeah, it's been a bit. It's gonna be a while till the Russians give in. Damn, I hate that. Oh well, it's not that big of a deal. I could try to land in in Novgorod or Ingria rather. There's no one there. Brazilians stay winning, kind of, I guess, but also like they do be shall we say, not that effective right now. Dude, all the modifiers from these journal entries are like so uninteresting. Or landowner power. Like, okay, cool, yep, that sounds good, I guess. Okay, spent all that time making coffee for landowner political strength and landowner wealth and loyalism. Okay, cool. What a great use of my time. Well, I say my time, I mean, we were gonna be building that coffee anyway, but it's like, what an interesting journal entry. Wow. The Russians might be more willing to surrender once they actually have like negative war support, but also the Venezuelans aren't willing to surrender, so rip, I guess. The Venezuelans, who are fully occupied, are not willing to surrender. I think we just wait until the Russians give in. We can get frontier colonization. It's gonna make the rural folk unhappy, but oh well. Let them be unhappy, I guess. If we get rid of this guy, that might fix it. There you go, that fixes it, because the pacifist guy didn't like it, but regular rural folk are cool with it. In a way, we're kind of doing like a migration-less playthrough if you think about it, because we haven't gotten like any external migration. We have internal migration in the market, as you'd expect, but because of the way that migration controls work, we just get no migration whatsoever on migration controls, even with rich segregation. Crazy. Oh, is this the unification play right here? It sure is. Good luck with that. Prussia tends to just kind of decide to give up this war, even if they're winning. So, good luck. They'll probably conquer a bunch of the small guys, and then they'll, like, give up the part of the war that actually gets them Alsace-Lorraine and stuff, even though they could beat France, probably. Russia sides with Prussia. Okay. That means that maybe they actually will win. That gives them a little bit of a better chance. Did a Mexico game and got no migrants despite having the highest well, it didn't feel fun. It's probably because they have migration controls, isn't it? Is that why? This is why. What's screwing you is migration controls, although now they have cultural exclusion, so actually they can get migrants from Europe, but you have to get off migration controls, and this is one of the hardest laws to get off of, like, in the game. It's so weird that, of all things, this would be one of the hardest ones, but for real, like, only the industrialists and nobody else ever wants no migration controls. Is there even any leader ideology that makes you want no migration controls? I don't think so, right? It's literally just the base industrialists who want no migration controls, and that's it. It's really, really, like, it's really strange. Maybe humanitarians also support no migration controls? I don't know. They probably should just lower the migration control requirements to like 40 instead of 60. Like maybe put it to like 40. Because at 40 with race segregation, you accept people of your race, but not your language speaking. And then on national supremacy, they'd have to have your heritage and culture. Like I think that probably 40 would be a better number. Yeah, 40 feels like it makes more sense. I think that when they picked the number 60, I think that they were considering this to be in addition to whatever bonus you're getting from your church and state law. In which case, for example, with race segregation, I'd have 50, plus with freedom of conscience, I'd have 20 for Catholics, so that'd be 70, or 65 with Christians, and then I wouldn't be able to allow non-Christians, and I'd be allowed in Christians. That makes a lot of sense. But this law doesn't actually affect the base acceptance, only this affects base acceptance. Which means that segregation controls doesn't let you do it. Playing in the New World can be very fun, but you have to play a country that has migration, which should be like the United States or Canada, probably. Yeah, Canada has migration. Apparently not Quebec though, only Upper Canada. But like you know, any of the immigration, any of the no immigration controls, Canadian countries could work. There probably are some South Americans that don't have migration controls. I imagine there's at least one out there somewhere. Maybe not actually. But yeah, that would be the ones that are fun to play. One thing that's nice about not getting migrants is that our SOL is going to go through the roof because everyone's going to get employed. We only have 2% of our pops as peasants, which means we could actually start really making a lot of clothes. That might be a good good way to make some good money. Get the SOL even higher. Also, the war ended. I didn't even notice. I did not notice the war ending. I'm so sorry. I wasn't paying attention. The war ended at some point earlier. Can I just give you control of, like, states? That would make him quite loyal. But I think we can just wait till he's loyal. We just need to improve relations for a while. I guess one thing we could do as Brazil is we have all this wood, so we could use it to make a lot of furniture. But again, we just don't have any population is the big problem. There's nobody to work. Creation journal might be bugged? I don't think so. I've seen this journal work before. Like, I've seen people use it successfully. I think I just haven't gotten a Nordestino. I wonder, what is the failed nation building event even? Like, what even is this? I almost want to fail this journal entry intentionally to see what I get. Here's the market, by the way. We have most of South America. Damn, Ecuador and New Granada fell into American and French spheres of influence, respectively. That's unfortunate for me. If failed nation was an event? Yeah, because everyone succeeds this journal entry, right? I kind of want to see what it is. It's going to take 14 years. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to play for 14 more years until I have to go. But maybe. Maybe we could find out just for the lulz. 60% radicals from it? Damn, that's a lot. That's a lot of radicals. Is our coffee at least doing okay? Like, are we trading a lot of coffee in the world? Like, not really. We're exporting a little bit of coffee to France. It's gotta make more, I guess. Oh, my cat's pressing keys again. She was pressing W, making the map go. Oh, and she pressed something else. I think she pressed F1 or something. We do have some lead mines, but I think it's in France. Yes, they are. It's late already? Alright, I'll see you later, Nikita. United Minas Gerais metal producers. They're doing pretty good. Most of their mines are not in Brazil, by the way. They're working the mines in France, which is just really funny. Damn. Brazil mentioned, yo. True. There's frontier colonization, so I guess we can now colonize in Guarani. Why not, right? It does complete the government petition, which is nice. We could try to get restricted child labor, but why? Not much reason to. We haven't really invested in our education very much, so see the point. Free trade could be good for the purpose of getting more coffee out there. Do we just invade Portugal for the memes? Also, damn, look at this. North German Federation. He wants Alsace-Lorraine, Corsica, and Brittany. Wow, okay. Good luck with that. This is probably just gonna go to a stalemate, I would imagine. That is a big Germany, though. It's a very big Germany. Is there any way to play as the German states? Well, you could just try to get immigration and just like make a super city or something if you want to. You could use foreign investment to make everyone in your country capitalist. Like Chum did that as Lübeck, I think it was, or I don't remember who it was, but as some small German country, he just like foreign invested in Prussia, and then through that, every single one of his pops was a capitalist, and it made it for an insane amount of prosperity. So I think we finally have run out of foreign investment pool funds. It's unfortunate. Let's make some more ships, I think, so we can get more prestige. It's apparently we're low on prestige. Should I try to abdicate Pedro in order to complete that? Royal marriage instead. Yeah, I did finally drain the investment pool, which is good. It was sitting there wasting, doing nothing. But ultimately, I think most of that money was invested into France, hilariously enough. I want to see the ownership map. Yeah, we invested a lot into France. It's cute. Little bits here and there. I guess we can make more iron. I guess we need more coal, actually, so maybe we do that. Oh, start pressing buttons, kitty. Pressing the F keys, pressing the function keys to open up stuff. Much of your population is enslaved? I think a large portion. 34% population is enslaved. Not even that impressive, to be honest. Could be more. Some coal mines, there you go. The SOL at least is kind of impressive. 14 is really not bad. Number 6 in the world. Like 14 is genuinely a pretty good number for SOL. If we had no migration controls, we'd probably be seeing a lot of mass migrations, like a crazy amount of mass migration. Oh, dude, free Armenia? And it includes, like, Armenia Minor over here? That's based. How many Armenians even live here? This is, like, 80% Turkish, and they chose to become part of Armenia. Hilarious. It's got new sewing machines. That's cool. I guess what we gotta do at this point is turn on all the labor-saving PMs that we can, right? That's what we gotta do. We can get as much out of our people as we can. Problem with the railways, they're so inefficient. I have to wait till I get better railway tech to possibly do the railways. Once I get steel railway car, it's more reasonable to use rail transportation and everything. Have I played Central America, and if so, is it fun? I have not played Central America. Maybe. I remember a question being posed, powerful mem. Interesting usage of French in the middle of the English sentence. Did you find it to be enjoyable? I mean, I'm having a bit of fun, yeah, but right now, I would say that if I'm not having fun with Brazil, it's not necessarily because the Brazil isn't fun. It's more because I'm bored of Victoria 3. Like, I'm real bored of Victoria 3 right now. Most of what I've been thinking about lately is the CK3 DLC, because I've been playing it, and I really want to make content on that. So my brain's kind of just not really into Big 3 right now. Put a Brazilian in charge of Argentina. Let's put a Brazilian in charge of Chile. Spread our Brazilianness everywhere. Who did we get? Who's in charge? Enrique Frontin and Esuino Pinto. I don't know how to pronounce these names. You have to forgive me. As well as Hermes Bernardes. Hermes? I'm trying to think of how you pronounce the E's in Portuguese. Couldn't tell you. I don't even know if you pronounce H's in Portuguese. I don't know much about Portuguese at all. So what is this? Reactionary revolt? Damn. They want a king. Oh, and the king immediately died, and now they want to put up this 0-year-old. Humberto Correa. Funny name. It's true, indubbiamente. You're lucky I speak French, you so and so. Oh damn it, fluvial Bantu in Corrientes. Whoever wanted me to do Brazilian culture here, I'm sorry, we've instead made it all slaves. How are my landowners doing? That's a good question. No one ever asked how the landowners are doing. 16.9% clout. Nice. Slowly going down and down, probably because we're getting more and more like engineers and higher quality jobs that are making other groups get better. Also, I'm no longer a great power, Sag. Greetings from Brazil, long live the king. That's unfortunate because I think we might be getting off of the king. Well, we're supposed to. I picked the Republican proposal, but the problem is that I've spent all this time empowering the landowners, and they don't want to get rid of the king, even though they like slavery, and the king doesn't like slavery. So we probably can't get rid of the king. We do have the trade unions gaining some power now, by the way. Still on landed voting, they're able to do that. You're probably not attacking, are you? Fortunate. Could have had this war ended by now if I'd put them on attack earlier. Oh, the game's freezing up. Oh no. Okay, we're good. Nobody ever asked how are the landowners doing. It's true. Dude, I'm surprised that we're able to get to number 4 standard of living in the world despite having a massive amount of slaves. You'd think that we'd have much lower standard of living, but like, I guess they're just chilling. If you look in here, like, how's the SOL on the slaves? See, the average in Minas Gerais is 16.6. And this is the place with 300,000 slaves in it. See, even the slaves have like 13 SOL, 12, 9. These are not terrible numbers. This is better than some unenslaved people in other parts of the world. Although 5 is quite low. Haitian Creole, oh my god. Banger cakes with the Haitian Creole lesson. I'm trying to alt tab and my cat's kicking my hand. Okay, there we go. Open up Duolingo. This is a classic to go do Haitian Creole lessons. He likes. Sorry, let me just. Can I type? Do I have to do the? Can I just type on the keyword? Do I have to do these? Okay. He likes tomato sauce. Easy, dude. How do I actually remember Haitian Creole despite not having studied it for a long time? I eat... What is un pile? I don't actually know what that is. A lot. I eat salad a lot. There we go. So what's this event? I got an event or something. Yeah, whatever, that's fine. Got another event. Okay, whatever. Continuing. Ifi a pas manger salade uncle. Okay. This is like the girl, right? Yeah. The girl is eating salad. Is not eating. Oh, Alexia is not eating salad anymore. Yeah, okay, I understand. It took me a second. I am not cooking potatoes anymore. Okay. That's literally just Dos Macos, the food. Okay. Easy. We is that what it would be for they? I'm just gonna go for it. This is what I think it is, but oh my god, wow, I actually got it. I didn't have to check anything. Not a potato, it's an onion. C'est pas... Oisillon. Yon d'été. C'est yon. Yon. Right? Yeah, there we go. Nice. Alright. So in terms of I still got some Haitian Creole skills. Didn't forget everything. Also just realized that the I had the game audio muted the entire time this stream. I had the game audio muted the entire stream, and also therefore the Duolingo audio. Amazing. Amazing. I'm so dumb. It's fine. I'm a new streamer, guys. I'm a new streamer. Wow, damn it, you fucking got me. I can't believe it. You actually got me. You troll. Mods, can we ban banger cakes for trolling? Mods, put him in the dungeon. Put him in the oubliette. Can't believe you did that. Do we have railways here? We don't. Okay. So have you started streaming again? Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're happy. You're gonna have to enjoy the stream from the dank dungeon that my mods are gonna throw you into. So sorry about that. See, I thought you were gonna tell me that what I was missing was that what is it? Was that I didn't have the audio on, and it turns out that you didn't even redeem the freaking points. What's up, Apache? Good to see you. Always good to hear your opinion on the game. Greetings from Hungary. It was nice to see you somewhat dug into Hungarian companies. Yeah, a little bit. I didn't do any advanced research, to be clear, but what I was curious about was when I was looking at the Mavag company, I was like, oh damn, I've never heard of any like Hungarian cars, right? I was thinking of like what cars are Hungarian, and I was like, there aren't any, and I tried to think of some, and I couldn't think of any, so I googled Hungarian cars. Turns out you guys don't make like any cars, you just manufacture other people's cars. And then I was like, okay, well, I guess in this world the Mavag trains can also be cars. That was cool. But yeah, I learned something about Hungary during that playthrough. I was like, wow, yeah, you guys don't have any cars. You just make Audis and Mercedes-Benz and give them to Germany. Like, you just manufacture them for them so they can sell them. Anyway, we're coming up on the end of the stream, I think. We've got about another half hour to go. And I don't know what else we want to do with Brazil here. we could try to take on the French, who are our friends. We could try to take on the Americans, who are not our friends. I guess we could do that, but I think we would just lose to the Americans. Like, the Russians were one thing, but the Americans are a significantly more powerful entity. We could try to cause like a little, not a world war, but like a little mini war by getting the French involved. Amazingly, the Americans still have not attacked the Mexicans, and I don't know why. It's in my best interest that they don't attack the Mexicans, but still surprising, all the same. They're building themselves, that's good. Subsidize this. The problem is just population. It's literally just population. I literally just don't have enough pops. Dude, 82% of the people in Paraná are slaves? Brother. Like, how do you... What I wonder about in this case is how do the slaves not rise up, man? How do they not just overthrow the people enslaving them when they're 82% of the people? Explain that one, man. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. It's all slaves. Wow. It needs slave revolts? It kind of does, man. How can one state have 80% slaves and not have rebellions over it? It's ridiculous. I guess to be fair, if you think about like, okay, think about like a prison, right? Let's say there's like thousands of prisoners. You only need like a couple dozen guards for them, right? I guess in a way, like having the advantage of they're in chains, they hate like life, and you have guns and they don't. I guess in a way you don't need that many people to manage them, but it still feels crazy to think about. In this state over here, there's 150,000 slaves and there's 12,000 servicemen watching over them. Although I guess there's these guys too, but like 245,000 slaves being managed by at most what is like 50,000 people at most. That's one slave or one guy for every 5 slaves approximately. Yeah. Our GDP, unfortunately, is kind of stagnating because I can't really build things without taking on massive amounts of debt, and our private sector is not making enough investment pool. If we wanted to gain a lot of investment pool, what we should probably do is unironically go and invade Sind. This would actually be like the best move, so maybe we do that for the memes. Maybe this is when the National Army could stop them. I mean, sure, yeah, but it feels like maybe they would like strike almost. I don't know. I mean, I guess historically, I guess there weren't a whole lot of slave revolts except in the Roman Empire. I guess it's checks out historically, but it just feels so funny to look at that number and be like, wow, such a massive number of slaves. But yeah, I'm gonna conquer Sind for the opium, and then use that opium to make an investment pool. Oh, they've already built a bunch of stuff. We'll have to nationalize all this and destroy it. No one helps. Let's go. You guys get next Vic 3 stream, brother. What Vic 3 stream? What are you talking about? Also, Haiti exists. True, Haiti does exist. Actually, you're right. The plan is that this is gonna be the last Vic 3 stream for a while because CK3 DLC is coming out very soon, and I fully intend to go all in on the CK3 streams. I should have done this a while ago, but for those that are actually looking for maybe like advice about the game, I should have done this ages ago, conquering Sind for the opium. This state is extremely good. I just didn't because I was like, I want to focus on the migration game. Then turns out that migration doesn't work, so it's like kind of a, you know, it's kind of screwed either way. But Sind is an amazing state to conquer in any game because they have this Indus River for 20% plantation throughput. And they have Indus River, again, it's the Indus River Valley and the Indus River, I think. Yeah, Indus Valley, Indus River. 5% mappy plus 20 infrastructure means you can actually put all the opium down. It's insanely good. So, this state is really, really powerful for getting just a ton of opium out of it. So if you're actually playing the game, like, conquer this immediately, nationalize and destroy all the farms that they have here that aren't opium, and just all spam opium here. Insane profits. Line go up. What is this title? Don't worry about it. we're just slave maxing. I say that, but like, we aren't even importing that many slaves. I wanted to import more, but I don't know how to make them import more than I already have been by just spamming down plantations. Plantations which aren't even that good, to be honest. Perfidious Albion. Oh, we can export coffee to Germany. That could actually be a good market for us. Do that. Still no Mexican war. Alright. Is there a reason for that? Is there like an alliance I'm not seeing here? Oh, excuse me. Use automation PMs in your farms if you want more slaves. Will that actually cause them to import more slaves? The reason why I'm using it is because we're out of people here, so I'm like, yeah, put on the carts, so because we're actually like we're out of people. I guess turn it off here though. That. It seems like they aren't necessarily importing slaves to match the demand of like labor. Maybe they are though. Are the pops missing here slave? Okay, interesting. There's nobody working in here but slaves. So maybe they are actually importing exactly enough workforce just to get slaves, and then they're not importing any more. Okay, this is at least a learning opportunity. So if I turn this off, right? If I do this, first of all, it's going to completely destroy the profitability on this, but that's fine. Just want to experiment. They're now going to be missing a bunch of, like, turn off the subsidies. They're now going to be missing a bunch of laborers. So are they going to start importing slaves? Is that how that works, actually? Maybe. Maybe. We'll check in on that in a little while, see how it looks. Of course, I wanted them to be using the transport because it was giving me prosperity on the Sao Paulo Railway, but oh well. We're just experimenting at this point. Looks like we're landing Sind successfully. New national hero. He's a Nordestine. Hey, look, we did it. We got the last national hero. So we can unite the Brazilians. I guess we'll do it. Sure. There we go. Get this. We've united the Brazilians. So far, the slave count has decreased. Unfortunately. Maybe if I subsidize, maybe it'll. Although, damn, those profits are actually pretty juicy. Maybe if I subsidize, it will. We'll start buying more. Like, what I want them to do is I want them to slowly phase out laborers to be replaced by slaves. But I don't know if they're gonna do that. And ultimately, in terms of, like, I do actually want this to be using rail transportation, so the railway can be profitable. We'll go back to that. Seriously, maybe that's an idea that we should have been just, like, overbuilding in the hopes of attracting more slaves. We can still do that, to be fair. I can just build even more coffee here. Although the coffee is... it's probably still pretty profitable, right? There's plenty of infrastructure, so we could make something else. We could make like dyes and cotton. Let's do cotton. Let's go the American way. Sure. Good. There's Sind. And now I'd like to probably just take off a bunch of these because they're not working anyway. Put that one there. Let's go over here and do agriculture. This one and this one. And we're gonna get rid of all of this crap. Nationalize everything. Just disband it all. Because we want to replace this all with opium. A little bit expensive, but we do at least have the recent conquest modifier, so it's a bit cheaper. Yeah, I think when the trade update comes by, doing like a big rural trade empire could actually completely work, but right now it's not very effective. Go. All these. I'm holding Alt while I'm clicking so that it goes to the top of the queue, which means that I can't hold control while I do it, which means I gotta do it manually, but it's okay. Yeah, the recent conquest modifier is nice. There was some nationalizing. It makes so it's a little bit less painful to get rid of all the agriculture here and replace it with opium. It is still painful. It's not like it's nice to do, but it's a little better. Oh my god, kitty. Pressing buttons. It's kind of, I think it's actually a based addition to the RNG of the stream when the cat's on the keyboard are sometimes randomly pressing keys. You never know if one day I'm going to be looking at a country but I'd be like, oh yeah, maybe I should do like a play against Britain, right? Maybe I should do Liberate Country, and maybe I should do this, and I'm thinking about it, and then my cat just presses enter and starts to play, and suddenly I have to be dedicated to it. You never know if that can happen. Here comes the opium. I'm thinking of maybe incorporating this state, but it's gonna take too long to matter anyway. Just for the market access price impact is what I was thinking of that. Well. Probably just want to disband these guys because they're too discriminated to even recruit up anyway. This opium will surely carry my entire economy. Britain's invading Indochina. GIGACHAD. Here comes the steel railway cars. This is gonna be really nice for making our railways a little more actually useful in terms of like profits. Oh, she's pressing buttons again. Good kitty. Keep pressing buttons. Make the game more interesting. I think I need like a dedicated cat cam, don't I? So you guys can see what button she's pressing. Because like only I can see what she's doing. Right now she's kind of just lying on the keyboard. But occasionally she'll just like reach her arm out and just press something. And she just sneezed, I think. That's cute. %, radicals. That's okay. We'll fix that up once we employ everyone in these opium farms, right? Surely. Persian uprising. Ooh. That's something. Support independence. Come on, dude. Who's supporting it? Who's doing it? It's Mexico and Ecuador. Okay, of course. That's fine. It's honestly fine. Already making 2.5K from these. Although to be honest with you, I think I'd rather have these be privatized. Let's do that. I'd rather privatize these, and then they can just go to the investment pool. The amount of money that you lose to government dividend inefficiency is so high that I feel like it's almost always better to just let them be private. In some scenarios it won't be, but in most scenarios it feels like it will be. What's happening here? Germany is supporting the Baltic Reactionary Revolt. Okay. That's cool.
If GDP is below 40 million, the doubled investment multi creates way more money than government dividends lose.
Yeah. I guess it's fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is true. Actually, looking here, this is a lot more. I forget that, like, cause I don't know why. I assume that this only happens when you're on laissez-faire. But you're right that even on agrarianism or interventionism, you still send some of the profits to the investment pool. How much is it actually? I think it's. Yeah, it's there, 50% of it. Yeah, so you still send 50% to the investment pool. I forget that's not an exclusively laissez-faire thing. So yeah, you're right. The fact that it gets doubled is crazy. Do you think they'll ever fix that bug? Do they even know that's a bug that exists? Are they even aware? Opium? Do they know? Oh, I got a mandate. Damn, thanks for letting me know, Kitty. I didn't even notice till you showed me. I guess since this is pointless, there's no point to getting it. So in that case, maybe we get, like, vassalization. But this is useless. There's no point to it. In this case. Could just go for the agriculture throughput. This actually seems quite attractive. Do it. I don't know if they know. Let's keep it that way. How about that? Let's keep it that way so we can stay OP. I guess in that case, maybe don't privatize. Also, we are coming up on the end of the stream here. We got 10 more minutes left. We'll, I don't know. I guess we'll finish up the, we'll finish up this civil war, I guess, and then we'll look over the country a little bit and then call it a stream. But for the Vic 3 fans, I'm terribly sorry. This is probably going to be the last Victoria 3 stream for a long time. I'm just not really that interested in playing Big 3 for the near future. I'd much rather play some CK3. You know what I can do actually before I go? I can show off the new stream schedule. The new stream schedule for the upcoming week, so everyone can know when to come to the stream. Because now I'm a GIGACHAD that actually schedules streams. Literally 1984, dude, so true. Here, this thing. Here's the stream schedule. If you know what Parabellum is, by the way, it's like that EU4 tournament thing, but they're doing a CK3 version on this Friday, so I'm gonna be doing that. But this is the streams for this upcoming week. Check it out in the Discord if you want to see it again. But this is the last Victoria 3 stream for a bit. Then it's all CK3 prep for Parabellum, and then it's Parabellum, and then Nomad DLC. Very excitement. If you want to see that image again, go to the Discord. That Jabba the Hutt? No, it's just me. It's just Tarkus. I put a cat on it. If I ever became a VTuber, I would use that as my VTuber model, 100%. What's our best trade route? Importing furniture. Wow. And I guess exporting coffee to the French. That's like... It's not even that good of a route. Level 11 definitely could be better. It's not a 3D model though? Yeah, but you can like make it into a 3D model, can't you? Isn't that what VTubers do? They take flat images and make them not flat? Damn, opium's already contributing the most. So, to give you an idea of exactly how strong, like, nationally owned opium is for your economy, already opium is now contributing more to the investment pool than anything else in my country. It's not more than everything else, but more than anything else. Okay? It's pretty good. This is only 39 levels, and we're building 36 more, to be clear, but that's already contributing more than any other source in the entire country. Is this opium plantation right here. It's the only opium I have. There's no other opium in my country. So, yeah, South Africa is great, you know, gold mines, South Africa, okay, that stuff's cool. But Sindh opium plantations are a hidden gem. I don't know if they're hidden, most people probably know about it by now, but this is a very powerful way to increase your economic output. Some of it is also coming into the government too, so that's nice. 6K is not a ton at this point in the game, but it's something. Although now they want to separate, so rip, I guess. Gonna have to deal with them wanting freedom and stuff, you know, imagine that. Could just be a PNG tuber though, that's true. Could turn the Tarkus Jabba the Hutt thing, that disgusting abomination, into a PNG. Or rather into like a dedicated PNG tuber thing. That's what Jillian does, right? I mean, she doesn't have a VTuber model, she just has a PNG of herself in the bottom corner. Could be kind of funny. One day I should do that. I should just copy her. That'd be great. Damn, Paraguay is trying to steal Paraguay from me. Can you believe that? That's BS. Slave maxing, yeah. Well, you know, we were slave maxing, but now we're kind of coming to the end of the playthrough. None of these guys are slaves, are they? By the way, no. We have 76,000 slaves here. So the slaves, they are in fact using slaves to get the opium. It's cool. Because I assume that whatever slaves that Sindh had just stayed in chains. I got here. Ooh, prestige. Oh, we just got here. Yeah, exactly. We're really just about to end the stream. But okay, let's look over the country. Before this Sindhi revolution fires, we played Brazil. I haven't played Brazil before. It's my first time taking a stab at them. At least a real one. I have launched the game and clicked play Brazil before, but I played for like a few years and then was like, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm gonna stop. This is my first like real time playing Brazil. First of all, okay, migration is broken unless you get off migration controls, or if you get to cultural exclusion. You have to do this to get any migration, because migration controls is not working correctly. But regardless, if you go slave maxing, you can't go to, you know, cultural exclusion. So rip, I guess. In terms of our economy, I mean, it's basically, if we check our market, it should just mostly be coffee and opium, I think. For on the, like this, and then okay, it looks actually a lot of wood. Wow, okay, surprising amount of logging camps. That must have been the private sector building these that I just didn't realize. Because right, yeah, we spent most of the game just not building. That's we built up all this coffee and it made good profits. We built up a huge investment pool, then built up construction and just didn't build anything. But yeah, a lot of coffee over here, as you can see, and then opium is catching up. Opium will catch up in good time, but it's a lot of coffee. And then we built a lot of cotton as well, so we have this too. Okay, what are we selling the most of? Wood. I mean, yeah, it makes sense for like Amazon and all that, but I didn't think it'd be this much. I really didn't, but it checks out though. I did also slap down a bunch of wood over here, but it makes sense. I did think coffee would be a larger share, but yeah, we only have the one massive coffee plantation here, and that's about it really. That makes sense. Really feeling the British invasion of China? I guess so. I mean, I'm not in the British market, and they embargoed me, so I can't trade with them. But yeah, guys, I will make a save here, and we'll call it a stream. Not to be so unceremonious, but I have 2 minutes to meet my required stream length. So, also, I don't know why I always get tired when I stream. I'm a boomer, chat. I can't stream anymore without getting tired. But yeah. Let's find someone to raid, maybe, on Twitch, if there's anyone. Anyone that I recognize. Oh, dude, Generalist is streaming? You know who we're raiding, boys. You know who we're raiding. It's gotta be Generalist. Hell yeah, dude. He's playing Civ 7. You.
Fight the...
Oh, here, you can listen to his voice. He's probably really loud, because my audio isn't balanced well. Well, he's not talking right now, but, you know, he might eventually. Let's raid him. For those that don't know Generalist, he's probably like the ultimate Victoria 3 GIGACHAD. He's up there with Connor for sure. A Supreme Sigma. If you're on YouTube, by the way, and you want to join the raid, just come over to Twitch. You can look at the description. Come to Twitch, and then you can join the raid. We can't raid on YouTube, so the stream for YouTube is going to just end unceremoniously. But if you're on Twitch, we're going to jump over to Generalist's stream. We're going to hang out with him for a little while. But yeah, looking forward to streaming tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after, and the day after. But yeah, busy week for me. A lot of stuff happening. Big CK3 content. Sorry to the Vic 3 enjoyers. Look, if any of you complain, I gave you a lot of Victoria 3 videos recently, okay? I slogged through this game to give you the Victoria 3 content, alright? So enjoy it while it was there. Don't be sad that it's gone now. We're all CK3 chads now. It's all CK3. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I will see you all next time. Peace.
It only gives 10 age progression, though.